365 cut. These are the meaningless ramblings of a Scottish we-done whore and a pissy ex-video store clerk. Their ongoing mission is to set right the movie wrongs. They're gonna need a bigger podcast.
Hello, you are listening to the 365 Flicks podcast.
Yay!
I'm the Scottish Weedon whore, Chris.
And I am your pissy ex-video store clerk, Kev.
Happy days.
Big time, big time.
Yeah, and it's a special episode.
Why? Because it's a normal one.
Because for the first time ever and the last time ever, we can go execute episode 66. That was my upper part impression.
That is terrible.
It was terrible, but I'm sticking with it. So,
yeah. Did you ever be British though, as we covered on the last episode?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Mm-hmm. You still not having that?
Mm-mm.
English?
Fuck off. This is episode 66.
Yes, it is.
And whether it was a crap impression or not, I'm sticking with it. So
I'll let you have it.
Well, you know, we can't all be floppy winners, Kev.
We can't all be, and I am I want three floppies in 1 year. Speaking of floppies, whose show are we going to be on in like 3 hours, 4 hours?
I don't know. Why don't you tell me?
I will tell you. This episode will be coming out on Friday. However...
Oh, we're going to timey-wimey again?
Yep.
Oh,
however,
Jesus.
Tomorrow, if you were so inclined to search for the History of Bad Ideas podcast, you will hear our sultry tones on there as well. Because we are guesting on there at 1 a.m. in the morning.
Well, you know, we are doing the rounds at the minute.
We are.
We were on ADWS last week. And
the thing is, when you start hitting the heights that we're hitting, you've got to pay it forward, haven't you?
Exactly. You've got to pay your dues.
You've got to give something back to the little people. And, well, let's be fair.
It's time we try to elevate Hobie up a little bit.
It is. And hopefully a little bit of our stardust will rub off on them and they'll get, one more download.
Well,
what?
Well, you are a floppy winning impressionist.
Mm-hmm. I'll not be doing any tonight.
Well,
we should be having an impression of.
You and Brigger should be having an impression of. I'm not fucking doing that.
No, but yeah, we're going to be on that later. But this is the 365 Flicks podcast, episode 66. I'm not saying like whatever you said. And we have a corker for you. No interviews, unfortunately.
Well, we can't do all that. Well, we had 2 on fucking Friday night.
Yeah, we did 2. You'll hear them at some point in the future.
They'll be coming soon. Just relax.
But yeah, so this is our normal episode. Every 2 weeks we just do our normal episode. And in between that, we do our Indie Talk episodes, which are fantastic episodes with fantastic directors, creators, writers in their own right. Last week was Corey Greenup, the man behind Dark Beacon and Wandering Rose, a.k.a. Demon Baby, a.k.a. Little Devil, a.k.a.
God knows.
Whatever the Taiwanese called it, I believe we covered. The episode before that on the Indie Talk was Tom Patton, the director of Pandorica and upcoming Redwood. And we may be getting to meet him soon. Maybe face to face.
Yeah. Pint to pint?
Pint to pint, definitely pint to pint. Yeah. Will you be shitting yourself meeting him face to face?
Tom?
Yeah.
No, Tom's good people.
He's good people, he's very good people. But a little bit more on that in the news section, because we have some pretty cool news.
We do?
Yeah. One thing, Kev, myself, I got a little bit ahead of myself, got a bit bolshy, demanded things like blue M&Ms. And yeah, so things are happening. So yeah, we will talk about that in the news anyway. So would you like to tell the good people where they can find us?
Yeah, I'll do that right now in a minute. Yeah, I've been listening to different podcasts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So you can find us, as always, on the Facebooks and the Twitters. If you search for 365 Flicks Podcast, that's how that works. Mm-hmm. You can also have a look for us on our awesome website, and Kev does many good reviews on there about...
Yeah.
Okay, does some good reviews on there about movies and stuff and things.
It gets us noticed.
Mm-hmm.
People do tend to see my awesome reviews and go, he can slaver a lot of shite. I would like to go on that show and talk to them.
Well, yeah.
So
that's 365flixpodcast.co.uk.
Mm-hmm.
You can also find us on a lot of different podcasting networks.
Too many, if anything.
Yeah, whores.
Yeah.
So you can find us on the awesome Tangent Bound Network, the Wicked Radio Network, We Be Geeks, our British home, nerdly.co.uk. And of course, there is the cracking hashtag Podder Family on the Twitters.
Yeah, the hashtag Podder Family. I have another podcast that I would like to pimp out this week. I have been speaking to this guy for some time now, probably since round about. He'd been doing it for a couple of months before I kind of jumped in there. I'm not going to say I was on the ground level, because I wasn't, but I've stuck by him the whole time. I absolutely love his podcast. The podcast is called Sweet Story Bro.
You mentioned them before.
Yep, absolutely love Justin over there. He's fantastic. He's really good people. Gave us a little bit of a shout out on his last episode, which was nice.
Cool.
Because basically, the last 2 episodes that he did was because what he does is he takes a story, breaks it down. It's like a geek critique, as he calls it. I could not get my mouth around that. Geek critique. Yep. So he takes geek critique.
No, that's not going to happen, is it? That's
Right.
not going to happen.
See,
go.
See, he said it rolled off the tongue. It doesn't roll off my tongue.
Because he's not a Hmong.
No, exactly. Yeah. He takes a story that we all know and love. Like a while back, I suggested that he read Kevin Smith's Guardian Daredevil.
I didn't like
Guardian
it.
Devil, the Daredevil thing.
Yeah, I tried to read it. I didn't like it.
So he done that and he went through it, and then he decides at the end of his episodes whether the story is officially too sweet or just not sweet enough. The last 2 episodes was Shenmue from the Dreamcast. He did Shenmue 1 and Shenmue 2. Huge fan of the Shenmue games, so I definitely jumped in on them.
Is that the one from last year that had the Kickstarter for Shenmue?
Yeah,
right. Okay.
It's coming soon. But yeah, he did those 2 games. Bless him, he went back and played. I kind of thought these games wouldn't stand the test of time, but according to himself, they have. Justin's really good people. Absolutely love that guy over there. I think you should go and have a listen to his podcast because it is brilliant, and he gets into the nitty gritty, itty bitty stuff. And he's great. And he got an American accent, lives in London, and apparently born in Hong Kong.
Wow.
So that kind of covers all your bases. Yes, no?
Yeah, fair enough. Okay,
But yeah,
right, okay.
Sweet Story Bro. He's on the Podden Family on Twitter, but you can find him on his own website. Just type in Sweet Story Bro, you will find him. He's awesome people.
We like being on the Podder Family.
We do, because, again, like we just said before, sometimes you have to pay it forward. It's a nice way to meet new podcasters, and they don't talk to you because they don't like you, which tends to be my experience, but some of them
That's
do.
not just podcasters, to be fair.
It is just people in general, like human race.
It's me most of the time, to be.
Shut up. Shut up. But yeah, we're in all those fantastically phenomenal places, and you can find us there on 365 Flicks podcast. Mm-hmm. So what are we doing? We usually start with news. I will put my Big Ben bongs in here. Big Ben bongs. Anything interesting?
I've got a few bits and pieces interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first one, this kind of happened out of the blue, really. Well, not really out of the blue, it just happened.
Okay.
And we seem to be a weekly podcast now.
Yep, we are.
When did that happen?
I have no idea. It just kind of sort of happened. We went from being we started off. We were a monthly podcast.
Yep. And sometimes 6 weekly.
Sometimes 6 weeks, and then it was like, you know what, work is shit. I'm sick of work. I'm sick of my life. Let's do this like every 3 weeks. So that kind of happened, and then it became, you know what, I like a fortnightly show. The numbers didn't really seem to be climbing, like the episode numbers seemed to be taking too long. So I was like,
we're taking ages.
So I was like, I want to get to, like, everybody's at 100.
Yeah.
Like, Jock and Nerd got to 100 like 3 weeks after they'd started. So, you know, it was like, I want to get to 100. We're going to get there before Graphic Novice, I'll tell you that now.
Well, what do they release an episode every 6 months now? Or
every 6
like
months, yeah, and it's usually a 0.5 or a 0.3. It's not an actual episode.
Is it like once every Canadian moon or something?
I think so, yeah. Aye, Canadian Moon, I like that. That's good. That's a good name for a movie, Canadian Moon.
Ooh.
I'd watch that. As long as it wasn't directed by Kevin Smith, I'd watch that.
Why would it be directed by Kevin
Because
Smith?
he's weird. So,
Right, okay.
yeah, it became a weekly thing. Like, we started doing the indie talks. To be fair, it's because of the indie talks, because we can record like 3 of them in one night.
Yeah.
So,
well, we've always said, wouldn't it be great if we could have episodes like in a queue waiting to be released?
yeah.
But then we kind of never got round to doing it.
No,
because
how
we could never sort of, like, we talk news and stuff, so you can never hang back and wait 3 weeks.
No.
So, but it is cool. Mm-hmm. It's very cool, and Indie Talk episodes are fucking great to do.
I enjoy them.
But yeah, I just want to bring that up because I kind of didn't really think about it because well, it's you that does all the uploading and shit. I just talk.
You just turn up.
Yeah,
which we've said from the very start.
Well, yeah, that's all you need.
But literally, yeah. I mean, technically, I tend to think of us as a fortnightly show because we record fortnightly. But yeah, we do tend to do 3 or 4 indie talks in a night. So
yeah.
But
Friday night was a
record.
Slog. That was a record-breaking night.
Yeah, we did 2 indie talk interviews, and we did another damn wrestling show because lazy. They just decided, yep, we're not going to do one this week. So stuff and things. Mm-hmm. And of course, who do you call? Who are you going to call?
I did like your episode title. Who are you going to call?
I did like that as well.
Yeah.
I was sitting there going. You know, when you think of something, you just laugh at yourself. That was it. So is that newsworthy though?
I feel it's newsworthy. I just wanted to bring it up. Is all.
I'll tell you what is newsworthy, and comes along with being a weekly podcast and being as awesome as we are. We are attending an event.
Yes, we are
at the end of March. It is March the 30th.
30th of March to the 2nd of April.
Till April the 2nd. We are hopping in the car and taking a hop, skip and a jump down to Wales. Do your best Welsh impression, Con.
Who's caused that jacket?
What the fuck was that?
That was a Welsh accent.
No, like, I'm from Wales.
No, who's caused that jacket?
Who's caused that jacket? What did you do? Just take all the vowels out of what you were saying?
More or less, yeah. That's an acceptable impression.
And do you?
No, I don't.
But yeah, we are going down to Wales to a place called Fweli, which I thought was some guy like clearing his throat of phlegm, but that's the name of the place, Fweli. And we are going down there to an event called Sci-Fi Weekender. And
this is a pretty big deal, actually.
It is for us. Yeah.
It's a big deal for us because it's fucking awesome.
It's a huge deal for us.
Yeah, I've been reading up about this event, and yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. It
is awesome. It's it's like a 4-day rave.
Yeah,
with sci-fi stuff.
Don't tell me it's a rave because I'll not go. You know I'm a crotchety old fuck.
It's a 4-day EDM festival.
Oh dear.
We'll be like Tony by the
I'll
end
have
of
to
it.
start doing my Tony.
Yeah, gang signs.
There you go. Gang sign.
Yeah, Sci-Fi Weekender it's great. It's it's sort of a convention, but they don't really call it a convention. It's more of an event.
Yeah, it's not really a con, is it?
We'll be there for the 4 days.
Yeah.
We are attending as press, which is fantastic because in the last week we've been called media 3 or 4 times, which I was sat there going, what, us? Like, really, us? But I suppose we are technically. We do media things.
Well, we're getting lanyards, so what more do you want?
Oh, man, I hope we get lanyards.
Better get lanyards. If I don't get lanyards, I'm coming fucking home.
With our pictures on them?
Yeah.
Are you gonna make a face? I'll make a face. I'll definitely make a face.
I know you'll make a face. That's just what you do.
And there are some awesome guests going. I mean, one that you keep bringing up, which I can't figure out if you're taking the piss out of me here. Because you know what I'm like. I like the slightly diverse things. I like the random things. Good old Pat Sharp.
Pat fucking Sharp?
Of the Funhouse days.
Yeah. You think I'm taking the piss? No, fuck no.
No, I'm just not sure because obviously Nicholas Brendan, who plays Xander in Buffy, Xander with a Z, he's going to be there.
Not Xander with a Z, Xander with an X.
He's going to be there, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Because he's also in a movie that we've reviewed and we've interviewed the director of, so it'd be great to see him. I think it's for the Buffy 20th anniversary and whatnot, and there'll be other things going on. White wink. And he's going to be there, but you're just kind of like every time...
Rimmer is going to be there as well.
Chris Barry's going to be there. Mr. Britas, he's going to be there. So, but every time I mention this event, you keep saying Pat Sharp.
Pat Sharp?
And
Pat Sharp's Funhouse.
I love Pat Sharp, and I'm so fucking buzzing to actually meet him.
You know, like Hobie and Jock and Nerd are listening to this right now and going, huh?
Who's Pat Sharp? If you don't know who Pat Sharp is, type in the word mullet to Google and you will see a picture of Pat Sharp.
He had an awesome mullet.
He had an amazing mullet. Do you think he'll have the twins with him?
I wouldn't have thought so.
Lindsay did say that when I said Pat Sharp was going to be there, and she sat there and goes, well, if you're going, you better not have the twins. Because, wow. that got dark.
Yeah, I got a little bit dark and creepy. But yeah, the Funhouse. The Funhouse is awesome.
Man. Do you think they'll have a Funhouse there?
Well, you see, it's a bit of a dichotomy, because if they do, I would want to go in it. But if I do that, I'll probably die.
Probably die of asthma AIDS.
I'll probably die of the asthma and or get stuck.
Yeah. So I would want to go in it so that, when the time was up and you got that woo woo woo, I would want that. There's go-karts there though.
I'm up for that.
Funhouse go-karts.
Never been go-karting before.
I'll do some go-karting. Honestly, if you are in the area, in the Wales area, if you're in the Fwelly area, or if you can even get to Sci-Fi Weekend, you need to get there, because this just looks like it's going to be such a blast. We've done sort of the Showmasters Comic-Cons, but we decided that 2017 we were going to sort of flex our pod muscle a little bit, sort of take on some other conventions, go and see what other people do, see how we get on there.
That's a whole other movie.
What, flexing our pod muscle?
Pod muscles.
I'd watch that. I would definitely watch Pod Muscle.
So when you get there, when we get there, and obviously we'll go for a cheeky drink.
Obviously,
are you going to go up and go, Diet Coke, please, my fan Ray?
No,
it's Bacardi and Coke, please, my fan Ray.
I'm not going to be doing any of that.
I think you should,
because I like an impression, and that if I speak to a Welshman for longer than 2 minutes, I am going to be speaking Welsh the whole time.
I can do Irish kind of when I've had a drink, but I can't. But I can't do Welsh. I'll have to watch Gavin and Stacey before we go.
You just say, nuclear reactor. That's how you get into it.
Nuclear reactor.
Huh? You know how you say Weetabix? Nuclear reactor.
Nuclear reactor and Weetabix.
But we are going to have such a fucking good time there. I'm sort of playing with some ideas for a possible 30 to 40 minute live episode.
Yeah, mention that. I'm up for that.
I'm playing with that idea. I mean...
Well, we're in press quarters.
Exactly.
We'll get somebody from Digital Spy or Empire Magazine or
Empire. No, not Empire.
Hollywood Reporter maybe.
I'm not doing Empire. Well, we are in the same realm of the Hollywood Reporter. We've been mentioned in the same sentence as them. So
believe that.
Believe that. Yeah. But this is going to be a fantastic weekend. It would be awesome if anybody who's listening to this can get there. If you are there and you happen to see a couple of lads with 365 Flicks t-shirts, because I will be buying one, by the way, from the store, come up and say hello and slap us in the face, and we will put you on the podcast.
We'll listen to which accent it is. If it's the Scottish one, just shake my hand and buy me a beer. If it's the English one, slap him in the face. But
speaking of beers, there is a certain man who is going to be there, and he is coming for beers with us.
I'm happy with that.
I'm buzzing with that. I'm absolutely buzzing.
I think he'll bring Pat Sharp with him.
I would love to go for a drink with Pat Sharp. See, though, I still don't know if you're taking the piss.
I'm not taking the piss.
I don't think you are. But it's like...
I'm not taking the piss.
But that seems to be your go-to. It's like Chris, Nicholas Brendan's going to be there. Chris Barry's going to be there. These legends, these absolute icons of, TV and all that. And it's like, you just keep messaging me back saying, Pat Sharp, though. And it's like... Is he taking... I don't think he is, but is he?
I'm not taking the piss. I mean, Nicholas Brendan, it's Xander. What more is there to say? It's Xander.
Yeah.
And, he's in Redwood, which we cannot wait to bloody see. Mm-hmm. It's going to be awesome whenever we get to see that. And obviously, Chris Barry's there. Fucking amazing to meet.
Rimmer
and Mr. Britas. And, there's other people there.
There's quite a few
thingy from Torchwood.
Yeah, Gareth... David something.
Yeah.
I
think it was Ianto or something like that from the Torchwoods. So that's going to be awesome. But fucking Pat Sharp.
I know. Honestly, that was the first name I saw, and I was like,
I did actually, when I was looking through the guest list, because this is all on you, by the way. This is all right, arrogant.
No, I just realised what you actually said there. I thought you said this is all new. Because he has Slava mouth, but...
Oh, I see. Yeah. No, this is all on you, man. This is fucking awesome, man. It's all on you.
I honestly, I have no idea how it happened. I just... Some days you wake up and the birds are tweeting, the sun's shining, and you think, I'm just going to send a cheeky little email, and well, next thing you know, you're travelling down to Wales.
Yeah. But I was on the Sci-Fi Weekender website, which is easy to find. Have a look for it, easy to find. I was looking through the announcements section of who was all going to be there, and I was reading it out to Gary, my business partner. Mm-hmm. We sit opposite each other at the desks, and so I was reading them out, and he said, "Oh, Nicholas Brendan, that's going to be amazing. Oh, I wonder if I'll get to meet him. What the fuck am I going to say to Nicholas Brendan? It's Xander. And Chris Barry. Yeah. Chris Barry's there. And I went, Pat Sharp!
Yeah, Pat Sharp's awesome. That I have to be honest, the kid in me, because you know, like you say, all these people that are going to be there is fantastic, but the kid inside me who watched Funhouse every week.
I loved Funhouse.
Every fucking week. Wished he was in the Funhouse, wished he was on the go-karts. Would love to have met, was it Martina and I can't remember. I never remember the other one. Martina was the best looking one though, even though they were twins.
You know I'm shit with names, man.
But yeah,
the twins.
I used to watch it all the time, and yeah, there's the child inside me fucking screaming.
I think the only way that Pat Sharp could be beaten is if it was the old beardy fella from Nightmare.
I never watched Nightmare.
Nightmare was great.
No.
I always want to go on that as well.
The guy from Games Master with the monocle, I can never remember his proper name. He would be great to see.
I never watched that.
Please tweet us and let us know who the guy with the monocle was.
No, I never watched
that. But yeah, so Sci-Fi Weekend, that is some awesome news for us. We're really looking forward to it. If you're going to be there, please be there. If you're not, we hopefully, if I can line this up with the live stuff, we'll get some live stuff getting done on the Facebook. We're planning on taking a camera down, so we might get some videos for you to go on the YouTubes. There's going to be all sorts, and obviously the Facebook, the Twitter, keep an eye on there, and I might even use our Instagram account.
Well, shit.
Like cosplayers will be there and stuff. We'll get some cosplayers.
Yeah, I've been. I messaged us last night because I went to the cinema last night, and the lad that I went to, we're just having a crack. I was telling him about.
He wasn't happy
about us going. Yeah, we got a lecture.
We got a lecture.
We got a lecture from him because I sort of said, yeah, we're kind of a couple of pussies about getting our photos taken with people, which we are. We are. There's no point in arguing that. We are. We saw Adam Blompier at Newcastle. We did, and we
shit the bed.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. We did. There's no point in making excuses. We were a couple of arseholes, and we were stood at the bar. He was over there. He was getting photos with other people. He wouldn't have said no. We were having our pints, and we went, well, we'll go and get our photo taken.
Because it's like...
We'll go in a minute.
But we didn't go in a minute. He's not like... He's not a huge celebrity, but to us, it's Adam fucking Blompier. Yeah. Like, we watch the YouTube videos, we watch all the What Culture stuff. We both love what Culture. So, like, to see Adam Blompier was like, even though to most people would be like, oh, there's that kid off YouTube, it was like, Adam Blompier, he's fucking great.
But even, you've got like Batman going about,
yep,
Spider-Man going about. Although, to be fair, I did try and get my photo taken with Spider-Man, and you fucked it up, didn't you?
I did fuck up.
Yeah,
he shot some web at me while I was taking a photo, and it knocked the phone a little bit.
Yeah, I hate getting my photo taken.
Yeah, I know. But we will get on top of that.
I have been told that he did make a good point that if like you want to like look back and say, I got my photo taken with Adam Blompier, or I got my photo taken with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You can go, that was the time I got my photo taken with Spider-Man.
And when we go to Cincy, we'll get some more.
Oh, with Dev.
Because we you know what it is?
I want a whole photo set with Dev.
This is going to be a pretty cool year for us. Like 2017 is shaping up already. We have we sort of have the Showmasters things depending on what we do with all that. We have Sci-Fi Weekender coming up, and there's another Sci-Fi Weekender later in the year. It's 2 weeks after Cincinnati, so we
might still be sleeping.
we might have to see how that goes.
Yeah.
But we also have the Glasgow Comic Con. We've been invited up to there. That's pretty cool because hopefully Gary and Shia and all that will be there. So it'll be nice to meet them again. But we've got all sorts coming up this year, and it's shaping up like with that and the indie talk. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. Yeah. There you go. So that's Sci-Fi Weekender. Have a look for sci-fiweekender.com. You can buy passes for the event in Wales. It's 30th of March to the 2nd of April. And it's going to be awesome. And come see us. Because we're going to be there. And if we can find a little table somewhere, we'll podcast with you. So,
well, shit.
Yeah. because we'll have our iPhone, and apparently you can do everything on an iPhone. Yeah, so that's
the exciting news.
Yeah,
now, you're going to be less excited about this.
The rest is just shit.
It's me that's going.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go then.
It's not an event.
All right.
Well, it kind of is. But I have bought myself some tickets to go and see Ricky Gervais' Humanity.
I honestly thought you were going to say Beyonce again.
No, that's done now.
No.
Well, she's all pregnant and that.
Ricky Gervais' Humanity.
That's in June.
You looking forward to it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
And is that all you've got to say about that?
That's all I've got to say about that. Fuck off, it's going to be good.
I'm kind of like, I'm not done with Ricky Gervais, but I'm kind of just not bothered with him anymore.
I think you're just being a pissy bastard, to be honest with you.
But why? Like, he just isn't really, apart from posting up these animal torture videos and pictures every 2 minutes, trying to be a social justice warrior on Twitter, he's not really doing anything.
Well, he is. He's been writing his stand-up.
Yeah, but he's not doing anything.
Yeah, he did the fucking David Brent movie, which is good, and you can shut up.
No, it's crap.
No, it's not crap.
It's
You're crap.
It was too late and it was too little, so...
No, you're wrong. It was good.
No, it was crap.
Oh, no, you're wrong.
Okay, I'll let you have that. I'll let you win that argument.
I won it, whether you would have it or not. So, yeah, Ricky Gervais Humanity in June. Myself and Bruni are going to see him.
I think you'll enjoy it.
Aye, I think it'll be good. I don't feel it. I don't feel it.
No, I think you will. I think you'll very much enjoy it.
Yeah, so this isn't really news, right? This is kind of maybe going to turn into a little bit of a rant.
Oh.
But yeah, I've been to the cinema a couple of times over the last few weeks.
Oh, I like
since we last recorded. And something that I've noticed,
right,
is
popcorn prices.
It's gone mad since Brexit.
Oh.
No, there have been adverts, right? And again, this isn't news, but there are adverts at the cinema telling people not to rape.
Really?
Yeah.
What, in the cinema or just in general?
Well, there was a guy sat next to me. But, no, like, there was an advert last night, first of all, for not being pressured into sending naked selfies.
Right.
I'm not making this up. It was like a bra, an animated bra.
That's sweet, because that's really going to deter me.
That was filled with, I don't know if it's coconuts or what, but...
Sweet.
And the bra was getting text messages. I'm not high or drunk. I was sober because I was driving. This actually happened.
Right.
This was an actual fucking advert.
Right.
And so the bra was getting text messages from a guy trying to get a naked selfie.
Trying to get his end away.
Yeah. And the bra was like, no, you mustn't send that. In that exact voice. And then about 2 minutes later, there was an advert for rape.
Sweet.
No, there was an advert like a lad and a lassie coming home and getting to bed, and well, he rapes her, but you don't see anything.
Was this not part of the movie?
And like she tried to cover up, but I'd already seen everything.
Was this an actual advert, or was it part of the movie?
No, it wasn't part of the movie. It was fucking Logan. Well, I suppose, but no, this was an actual advert to like learn how to accept a no. I'm not making this up.
How to accept a no.
There was an advert saying no means no, basically. So, what kind of fucked up bloody society we living in that you have to have an advert saying, okay, she said no, don't keep her going.
Back off.
What the fuck?
Now, right, I know you, so I know when you go to the cinema...
Where the hell's this going?
When you go to the cinema without me, right, that generally tends to mean that you only tend to go to one other cinema. Is it potentially the location of the cinema?
Because it was just in Edinburgh. Maybe.
Is the rape culture in Edinburgh so sizable that they have to have adverts before movies?
I think two rows down there was like the sort of Family Guy moment.
Yep.
Do you remember in the Meg's school there was a talk about rape, and the thing was, statistics show that either the guy to the left or the guy to the right is going to rape you. And the lassie looks to her left and the guy goes, I'm not going to rape you. She looks to her right and he goes, I might. I think that was maybe a conversation that took place. Yep. Maybe that's what it is, Kev.
I think it's the location of the cinema.
I think we'll need to go to Newcastle to see if
we get
Guardians of the Galaxy say that's out in a few weeks' time, see if you get rape adverts there.
Yeah.
Maybe the rape advert will be in Geordie.
Maybe I'll read the pet said no, So different kind of raping her. Carry bag of tuna.
Wow.
Yeah. It would
So
be...
yeah,
So,
that wasn't news, but I just wanted to bring that up because I kind of thought, what the fuck?
so that actually leads into my next bit of
Oh, you
news,
raped?
Interestingly, it does. Because have you seen that IMDb is getting a new rating?
I did read something about
Yes.
this, yeah.
F for feminism. This is the bit of news that I'll kind of like. I'm a little bit indifferent to this because like I don't fully get it. I mean I get it, but basically what IMDb are doing is that in the movies that they have on IMDb that they catalogue, they're going to be putting a new rating on some of these movies. I think it's like so far they have like 21,000 movies on the list that they're doing.
Right.
The rating is F, and it's F for female. So it's like if it's a female-driven movie, as in actresses, female-directed, female-produced, you know, like I'm all for all this like equality stuff going on.
So, like, Transformers is fucked.
No, it'll have a big F for like, yeah, fucked. I'm just a little bit indifferent to this. I don't really know if I like it or if I don't like it or if I just don't care. But they're saying, one of the quotes that I read in the article, I can't remember who said it, but it was like some big producer type, basically saying that she hopes that the F being put on there is going to get it to the point where it's no longer a question. So why do it in the first place?
I didn't really realise that it was a question.
Well, it's a huge question because obviously they have the pay difference. What is it like?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So they're saying that if it's put out in the front, if it's put in the foreground, that it's a female-driven thing, that it'll, like, a big fucking F is going to make you go, oh shit, I better watch that, it's made by women. So, you know, like, you know what I mean, though? Like, you know going in, like, I just don't get it. I'm not making sense of it in my own head.
Could it be for mothers worrying about their daughters watching, not just mothers, but for parents worrying about their young daughters watching a movie that's going to show the females in the character like Transformers do?
Yeah.
Like, just there for Michael Bay to fucking wank over.
Basically,
So they don't want their daughters watching a movie where you've got Megan Fox or whoever the fuck is in it now, just showing her arse. Maybe they want a more empowering movie for their daughters to watch as a, you know, as a young woman. That could be.
I sort of kind of get where you're coming from with that. But it's like, are we then going to have other movies that have a big M on them for male-driven? Like, are we going to... Because if you want equality, you can't just do one thing. You have to do both things, surely? So, like, Transformers will have a big, like...
I don't think Transformers needs that.
It'll have a big WM for wank material. and, you know, Pitch Perfect, which I love, will have a big F for wank material. I don't know. I read it and it kind of...
Is it... So I didn't read the article, to be fair. I didn't have time because I've been busy. But so is it the F is going to stand for like a strong female lead? Or is it the F is going to stand for the actresses were paid equally? Or is it...
It basically stands for strong female lead. Basically female produced, female directed, female lead. It's going to just encompass the fact that it has a strong female presence to the movie. I don't think it means that they got paid equally or that they got paid the same as, you know, George Clooney, because that's not happening anytime soon. But it basically means that it's female feminism. Yeah.
So do you think, like, okay, let's get political for a second. Well, not political, but you mentioned George Clooney there. It's not going to happen. So do you think if, say, Meryl Streep or Margot Robbie or, you know, another sort of big name in movies at the moment, I've gone completely blank. Total sexist.
Jennifer Lawrence, there you go, there's one.
Who is it? Jennifer Lawrence, okay. Emma Stone, Amy Adams, tidy,
all the good ones.
Fine.
All the good ones.
Yeah. All nice to look at.
Wow, that F is going down.
Yeah, I know, right? So we're not getting that F rating anytime soon.
Well, we've got an E rating.
But do you think, like, so go back to, like, Meryl Streep, right, who's a fucking amazing actress, she's, you know, anything that you watch her in, you know it's going to be a cracking movie, and she's going to bloody act her heart out. So do we think, then, that if she signs up for a movie with George Clooney tomorrow, and they're equal roles, Do you think is Meryl Streep getting paid less than George Clooney?
Most likely, because that tends to be how Hollywood works. Huh. That's like the debate right now. But it's just, like I say, it's something I read today, and I kind of had a little bit of a knee-jerk reaction when I saw the headline. I was kind of like, what the fuck? So I went into it, and I read it, I'm like, I can sort of see what they're doing. Like you say with the whole thing about you can let your child watch it, your daughter watch it, because it's sort of like a female empowerment type thing. Are we needing to go down that road? Is it really that big of a thing that IMDb has to go around all their pages on all their website?
I would have said no, but, like feminism is, well, we just said Meryl Streep isn't getting paid the same as George Clooney, which isn't right.
Allegedly.
We don't know for sure. We'll get on the phone, will we?
Next year.
We've got contacts.
That'll be 2018. 2018 Meryl Streep.
But we've just said that's not right, so
yeah,
if...
It's not right at all.
If there was a rating that said, okay, this is a sort of a movie that is more female empowering than fucking Transformers, then you've got 3 girls.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want. I would assume you wouldn't want Ruby watching a movie like Transformers and thinking, oh, I want to be like Megan Fox in that fucking movie.
I wouldn't want anybody looking at Megan Fox and being like, I want to be Megan Fox.
But you know what I mean? Like Ruby in 5 or 6 years time, like when she's getting to the teenager years. You wouldn't want her going about dressing like fucking Megan Fox.
I don't want to be in a whole bag.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you were to have the option of knowing that going into a movie with Ruby, that movie wasn't going to say dress like a hooer.
Yeah, that's pretty much what they all say though.
Yeah.
Even Frozen says that. I know what you're saying though. I get it. You spoke about Meryl Streep for a second there.
I did.
I know it was 2 weeks ago, but we haven't done a proper episode for 2 weeks. I would like to quickly talk about the Oscars, if you don't mind. Because personally, I thought the Oscars was fantastic this year.
Didn't watch it.
I know you didn't. I really think that... I'm not going to say that you should watch it, but I think that this year's Oscars was probably the most important Oscars we've had in a long time. Because it did sort of deal with, the big capital F kind of thing. It dealt with the... I really think they just nailed it this year. Okay, they fluffed the ending, which I said to you the next day. I sent you a text. I said that I think that was all, like, it was done on purpose. Personally, I do.
Really?
Like, not to troll La La Land like you thought, but I honestly think that was the thing.
My running theory was that it was Brigger that arranged it to troll Scab Jeff.
Ah, right, yeah. That makes more sense.
Brigger didn't say no. When I raised that point, he didn't say no.
That makes way more sense.
So I did say to him, I kind of feel like Kevin Costner and JFK right now.
Because the thing was...
Continue.
The thing was, like, a couple of years ago when Ellen did it and it was a fucking train wreck.
Oh, yeah, with that fucking selfie and stuff.
All she was doing was trying to make... She was trying to make things cool, like you say, but she also wanted, like, videos that could go on YouTube and become viral. Putting selfies on Instagram so it would go viral. Because everything's got to go viral, hasn't it? And Jimmy Kimmel, bless him, who did a fantastic job. His opening monologue was excellent. Like, probably the best I've heard in a long time. He did, like, these candy drops from the ceiling in these little parachute bags. And he brought, like, a tour bus into the auditorium. They thought they were on a tour and they were going somewhere else. And then they ended up walking into the Oscars. And Jimmy Kimmel had them walking at the front row and all that, introducing them to Denzel and Viola Davis and all, which I thought was fucking brilliant, because they had no idea. They might have had an idea, I don't know. It seemed like they had no idea what was going on, and they're like, oh my god, Denzel! There was a guy that was like that. And and they were meeting like Ben Affleck and Casey Affleck and all that. It was fucking awesome, and I'm sitting there going, this is great. I genuinely think that pretty much everything Kimmel was doing was trying to get things to go viral, but in a way less, like, obscene way than Ellen did, because she fucking got no tact whatsoever. And I do think that bit at the end, although everybody did look like, oh shit, and even Kimmel came up on the stage and he's like, oh shit. But it just seemed like that's what was going on the whole night, like, let's try and make something go viral. And I do think that the fluff at the end was intentional.
It was Brigger.
Personally. And Warren Beatty, bless his fucking heart, he took the stick for that. He took the blame for that. He fucking knew. See, when he opened the envelope, he opens the... Like, this is literally how that last bit goes. Have you seen the video?
Oh, yeah, I've seen the video.
Like, he opens the envelope, and then he reads it, and normally you read it, and then you say it. He read it, then he looked in the envelope again for another fucking card, because he's like, this isn't right. He hands it to Faye Dunaway so that she can read it and see that it's not right. And she goes, La La Land! And it's like, you dick. And Warren Bees just stood there going, I don't think that's right. So he knew. It was great. It was fucking fantastic television. It was great. I'm so glad La La Land didn't actually win.
Yeah. Fuck La La Land.
Because
I've not seen it. I don't want to see it. I've got no interest in seeing it.
It's a massive, pretentious hand job of a movie that Hollywood gave itself. It's shit.
What do you make of the whole thing with Casey Affleck?
Love it. What do you mean, like...
the day after, because
the
allegedly,
abuse things.
Allegedly, like 10 years ago, he was accused of sexual harassment in the workplace. No charges were brought. The thing was settled and all that kind of thing. And so, I think it was I don't know what the name of it was, but like an anti-sexual harassment group or something like that said, "This isn't right. You should give your award back."
No, personally, this same thing happened to Ben Affleck when he won for Argo. Did he win? He won Best Picture for Argo. I don't think he won.
Best Picture, but not Best Director.
He wasn't even in it for Director, was he?
I think you're right.
So like he won Best Picture and did his speech and all that, and then literally like the next day there was all this thing about how Ben Affleck has like great grandparents who had something to do with Auschwitz or something like that. And it's like,
oh, for fuck's sake.
Exactly. But you're sitting there going, and? Like, he's a fucking Hollywood director. He's got nothing to do with that bollocks. Just get it. And I know that's like all the political stuff. They did really well with the political stuff at the Oscars this year. Like, people are giving it shit and all that because they fucked up at the end. I do think this is the most important Oscars we've had for a long time. Yeah, I get what some of the quote-unquote supremacists are saying. That, like, because of the hashtag Oscar So White last year, they didn't half nominate a lot of, like, you know, black people. But that's because Fences came out this year, which it's a good story. I have tried to watch that. I think maybe you need to have seen the play. Maybe, yeah. Possibly. I got that halfway through. Viola Davis, who won the Oscar for it, is fantastic. You know, Denzel is supposedly... He was pretty fucking pissed that he didn't win. Like, Hidden Figures came out. You know, yeah, about NASA. I've not seen that. I want to see that. But this is what I'm trying to say. Like, it was about the moon landing, wasn't it? And yeah, they had a lot to do with like getting them up there and getting them back. Yeah, I do fancy seeing that. But like my point to that is, everybody pissed and moaned last year because it was Oscar So White. I can't actually... And this is going to sound shit, but I can't actually point out one film that could have been at the Oscars last year for Best Picture with a coloured cast. Well, that was an argument that we raised a year ago or over a year ago. It's like, well, this year make like, better movies then. Well, yeah, but this year there's like 3 amazingly good films with amazingly good... So when people started saying, oh, they've really kind of went too far this year and they've put too many in the categories, and I'm sitting there going... Oscar's so black. I'm sitting there going, well, no, they didn't. There was just some really fucking good movies, and some because that's what the Oscars should be about. About good movies, good performances. Yeah, that's it. It's if you make a movie that's good enough to be nominated for an award, or if you put in a performance that's good enough to be nominated for an award, doesn't matter what fucking colour you are. Exactly. And Denzel was still pissed. He was not happy about Casey Affleck. Well, and I don't think it helped that Casey Affleck went, I don't really know what to say, thanks. Yeah, that was the point I was going to raise with Casey Affleck. I think the whole thing about giving his award back is fucking bullshit. It's bollocks. Fuck off. But it didn't help his case that he turned up looking like a bit of a homeless rapist. Kimmel kept talking about that as well. It was fantastic. He did. He really did. It was. Did you see the whole feud he was having with Matt Damon because he's carrying that on? That was excellent. I've not seen that. I know that they do have an ongoing thing. Well, they've got the ongoing feud, and he was going around the room in his opening thing, and he was like talking about all the different actors that were there and everything. And then he mentioned that Matt Damon was there, and you could see straight away that, okay, this is going to be a thing right the way throughout the night. And it culminated in probably the best thing that I've seen in an Oscars in a long time. And it was literally, I think it was best screenplay. So obviously Matt and Ben come out. They've won an Oscar for a screenplay. So Matt and Ben come out to present the award. And I stood there, and Ben's talking, doing his bit, and then as soon as Matt starts talking, the music starts coming on. So he's going, oh, come on, am I getting played out? He's like, I'm fucking presenting. He's like, I'm not even winning the award. And the music's getting louder and louder, and I went down into the bullpen, and there's Kibble fucking with the orchestra. It was fucking brilliant, man. Like, honestly, hands down, the most relevant Oscars I've seen in years, and I just wanted to say that because everything I'm listening to and everything I'm seeing, people are just giving it shit, and it's mostly because they fluffed the end. But I just think that was a ploy. I honestly,
it was bigger. It was definitely bigger.
And if it wasn't, it is now.
Yeah, I think it has to be. So speaking of fluffing, there is a new WWE Universal Champion.
There is, yeah.
Yeah,
not happy.
It's fucking bullshit.
It is mental. Like, I don't get it. I really don't get it.
The whole Fastlane event. Well, not the whole event. There were some decent moments in it. I don't know. I don't understand what the fuck they're doing. I mean, you know, we're not writers for WWE.
No.
You would assume going into WrestleMania, they've got plans for what they're doing here, but
You have to
they've fucked Kevin Owens. They fucked the Universal title. They fucked Braun Strowman. They fucked Charlotte's undefeated streak.
Yep.
Am I forgetting anything?
No, they pretty much fucked everything. So,
So that's a lot of fucking in one night.
yeah, and the whole the Strowman thing. I'm not overly sold on that. But if you notice, they kind of did the same thing to Nia Jax.
I think that one was coming.
Yeah, but
because
I thought,
Charlotte was.
I thought that was going to be WrestleMania.
But no, because it's going to be a triple threat at WrestleMania. Charlotte, Bayley versus Sasha. That's going to be good. That'll be good. That'll be good. So I understand that the cruiserweight match was good. Possibly the best match of the night. And who the fuck knew that was going to be a thing? For the most part, the Bayley versus Charlotte match was good. The Sami Zayn versus Samoa Joe match was fucking good.
Yeah, it was quite good actually. Yeah.
But then you've got bloody Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman, who spent over a year now, has to be, building up this guy to be a fucking monster. And everybody's, you know, it is going to happen. It's going to be Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker at WrestleMania. You could have had The Undertaker come out, which they did on fucking Raw. How can you get The Undertaker coming out on Raw but not the pay-per-view?
Because he's too fucked for the pay-per-view.
That's bollocks, man. That's fucking bollocks. But instead of doing that and keeping Braun Strowman looking, you know, he still looks strong. He's a big fucking giant bastard. But I'm still undefeated. Get The Undertaker out. Shenanigans. Sets up Roman Reigns versus The Undertaker, which we don't want, but we're getting it.
Yeah.
Whether we like it or not.
Because Cena's already said he's not happy about it.
Well, yeah. So you could have done that. You could have had Taker come out. Yeah. Everybody wanted to see Taker, you know, at that event. It's a fucking pay-per-view. It's the pay-per-view before WrestleMania, as they said fucking 20 bastard times throughout the whole fucking thing. And you could have had that in that match. End it in shenanigans. Strowman is still undefeated. But no, you had to feed him to fucking Roman Reigns, who really, let's face it, needed to fucking have that win.
No, he doesn't need to have any wins.
Fucking bullshit.
Either way, he's not getting cheered, so...
Charlotte was undefeated, 16-0 at the pay-per-views. She loses it, the pay-per-view before WrestleMania. What the shit is that about?
Because she's going to win it back at WrestleMania.
Oh, man.
She's going to win the title back at WrestleMania.
Kevin Owens, who's been doing fucking fantastic
amazing stuff.
Fantastic work since SummerSlam. Was it SummerSlam that he won it? Or no, it was like the night after SummerSlam. Yeah. Because Finn Balor won it at SummerSlam.
Yeah, and then Phil...
and then his shoulder was buckered. So just after SummerSlam then. So he's had it for a while now. He's been doing great work with Chris Jericho. He's been putting on some good matches.
He has been. He's been
Seth Rollins in the cage in the Hell in a Cell was amazing, for example. And then he loses the fucking title in 22 seconds. 22 seconds.
To a part-timer.
To a 50-year-old man.
Yeah.
Because they want interest in a fucking belt. So Chris Jericho versus Kevin Owens wasn't good enough for the title.
That's what it should be.
It's bollocks.
It should be Jericho Owens, but they seem sold on this whole Brock Lesnar Goldberg thing.
Well, it is going to be Jericho versus Owens, but for the US title.
Oh, well, that's...
And so they actually had Kevin Owens come out at the very start of Raw, speaking to Jericho in the ring, saying, ever since you, 12 hours ago, he didn't say that, I said that. Ever since you cost me my title, I've thought of nothing else 12 hours ago than costing you your title. So I want you at WrestleMania for the US title. And so it's like, I'm not even interested in the Universal title anymore. I want your title. That's bullshit.
That is mental. I'm not too...
They've dropped, honestly, again, we're not writers, Kev, but for me, they've dropped the ball. They've made a fucking arse of it.
We could do a shite side better than they are right now.
Well, DX would have been back.
Or at least Triple H's new...
Yeah, where the fuck is that?
I don't know.
You don't need the Universal title involved. Have your fucking part-timers match Lesnar versus Goldberg. You knew that was coming as soon as they fucking did that thing.
The thing about that match, the Lesnar Goldberg, they are legacy matches. They don't need a belt.
No, they don't.
They don't need anything.
The title doesn't
that.
need to be anywhere near that. You know, Lesnar was the champion, a couple of years ago or whatever, 18 months ago, and it was kind of cool at the time because it meant that the title it felt special when the title was being defended because he was only there part-time. But that's been done. Yeah. You're just repeating it.
And with Goldberg, who's shit.
He's wrestled under a minute.
Was it on What Culture?
22 seconds on this one and 40 seconds on the...
On the What Culture video, he says he's literally wrestled 102 seconds. He's hit 4 jackhammers and 3 spears. It's he's not even done anything. He's done 5 special moves.
So what are you going to do that at WrestleMania?
Hopefully.
I mean, the guy's fucked. The guy, he's a fucking 50-year-old man. He's got the muscles.
He's got the pod muscles.
He's got the pod muscles. But there was a video of him speaking about Brock Lesnar after the event, and he's fucked.
Basically, the caption was, he only fought for 22 seconds, and look at him.
There's a reason why he's not fighting long matches. Because he's fucked.
Because he can't fight.
And so you're expecting him to go into WrestleMania to main event. No!
In a squash match with Lesnar. Hopefully it'll be
you would have to assume that Lesnar's going to win the title.
I'm kind of hoping, I know they've already done it, but I'm kind of hoping it will be like when Lesnar took on Cena and just decimated him. I'm hoping it's going to be that thing. Lesnar's so far on tilt right now that when he comes back, he's just going to fucking suplex City him 18 million times for half an hour. Just keep giving him Germans and then pin him.
Yeah. Do you think it's they were sort of starting to make their plans maybe about 6-7 months ago or something like that for WrestleMania because they plan all this shit in advance. And so somebody said, who we can get? We could get Bill Goldberg to come back for one more title reign at WrestleMania. Do you think it was extras where do you remember Chris Martin, what are you doing here in a factory? It's mental.
I know what you're saying. But yeah, that's totally fucked. I get it. I've not watched the whole event yet. And
honestly, Kev, there's no reason to watch that.
There's definitely a good chance I'll not be.
Put it off after the Charlotte Bayley match. That was a good match, despite Charlotte losing. Put it off after that because there's no fucking point. So what else you got?
I have one more little bit, and this is more just to irritate the ever-loving crap out of you.
Oh, brilliant.
Because, again, I had a knee-jerk reaction when I read the headline. It's all about Guy Ritchie turning King Arthur into a Cockney wide boy.
Brilliant.
So, yeah, he's definitely going down that road. And I just wanted to read a quick little quote off this thing to really get you going.
Go on, then.
So this is what Guy Ritchie thinks of King Arthur. So he says the fundamental challenge with King Arthur is to make him likeable. Ritchie said that.
So Cockney's going to do that, is it?
Yeah. If you're not careful, he's worthy, and when someone's worthy, they're not likeable. So we had to create a character naughty enough for us to like him. So it turns out Charlie Hunnam as King Arthur is going to be a Cockney white boy and very, very naughty.
Think he's going to pick a bucket or two?
Now, for the American fans...
No spackamouth.
For the American fans out there, because there are a lot of them, when a Londoner is called naughty, well, let's be honest, I still don't know what that means, but it's a term. Same
as cheeky.
He's a little bit cheeky. He's a bit of a cheek. He's like Ray Winstone. He's naughty. Danny Dyer. Yeah, I just wanted to read that out because this is Guy Ritchie's. I mean, we have no interest in this movie.
Absolutely not.
We won't be seeing it.
Absolutely not.
We're not going to be bothering.
Do you think he's going to go to like Merlin? I'll cut you first. You can't. I wouldn't put it past the Guy Ritchie doing that. I know that was
what's
Shane Black? No, that's fucking Lethal Weapon. So yeah, well, we're speaking about English legends and stuff and things. So we're getting a Maid Marian spin-off movie.
Yeah, I saw
starring Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
And it's set years after the death of Robin Hood.
Is it to go hand in hand with Robin Hood Oranges?
See, why wouldn't you do... Maybe Margot Robbie's going to be in Oranges.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm not interested.
I don't understand, but I'm not going to discount it because Margot Robbie can pull that off, I guess.
It's Margot, so I'll watch anything with her on it.
See, there wasn't... No.
Do you think there'll be a big F on that one? For fucking fine. Oh, shit. See, that comment is why they need the F on the IMDb. Because of fucking sexists like me.
Because of monsters like you. Yeah. See,
I'll edit that belt.
You could have gone, oh, I've got a role for her. Stop rubbing your thighs.
Oh, no, we're going to be here till 1 in the morning,
That'll be fine. We've got plenty of time. So, yeah, now, we spoke about sort of pissy things and what have you.
Yeah.
Now, there was a Negan t-shirt in Primark.
Is this the racist one?
The one that, it wasn't, that's fucking bollocks. The t-shirt had Eenie, Meenie, Miny, Mo and Lucille.
Brilliant.
Right?
Primark.
In Primark.
Fucking brilliant.
And so... People got pissy because of the rhyme from 150 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
Eenie, meenie, miny, mo, catch up by its toe.
But that's what he says in the show. That's the line.
Does he say... No,
he didn't say that, but he does the eenie, meenie.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's a fucking quote from a fucking TV show.
People are just touching
Now,
it.
we had that rhyme when I was growing up, but it was catch a tiger. A tiger, as a tiger.
That's a Tigger the Tiger.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Catch a tiger by its toe.
Aye.
Was it racist?
Well, I know that.
Tigerist, if anything.
What you got against the tigers?
I know. Well, they're
I know what you're saying. Like, there seems to be an uproar about this.
Fucking come on! It's a T-shirt,
and
it's from fucking 200 years ago.
Still hurts. Not me, obviously, but I do want the one with Darth Vader when he's got them all lined up and he's got Lucille over his shoulder. Yeah, I do quite like that. Nice genre mixing.
Bish.
Yeah, I saw this and I've got nothing to say on it. I think it's just we keep saying it. People are just getting way too sensitive right now. It's this whole
snowflakes. I like that. I quite like that term.
Yeah, it's.
I don't go in for terms like that.
No,
but I do quite like that one.
It's just, I don't know. Like, we're turning into a fucking nation, or even just as human race itself, we're just turning fucking soft. We can't say anything. We can't do anything. You can't have a slogan from a TV show on your T-shirt. It's getting mental.
Why couldn't they have said, no, the T-shirt stays where it fucking is, alright?
Well, it is Primark. Who the fuck shops there anyway?
I've never been in the Primark.
Unless you sponsor us and then everybody shops there. Please shop there.
Well, I'm wearing a fucking Scoleri Brothers T-shirt right now. I like a geek T-shirt.
Yep.
As do your good self as well. So I would, not a Negan one because fuck that, but that's the kind of thing I would buy.
Yeah, from Primark.
Oh, whatever. Tacky shit.
So are we done with the news?
I've got a couple more bits.
Oh man,
a bit of Star Trek Discovery news.
Oh yes,
it's been delayed a little bit.
Oh man,
it was originally going to be coming out in the spring, but it has apparently been delayed until the autumn or fall if you're in Morocco.
Is that like 3 months? 6 months?
6 months.
Yeah. Doesn't mean anything to me.
And also Jason Isaacs has been cast as the captain of Discovery.
That's an interesting one. But, like, Jason Isaacs, that's the British guy.
Yeah, he played Malfoy in Harry Potter.
Does, like, everything he touched not die on TV?
No, maybe.
It kind of does.
But he's not the main character. That's the thing about Star Trek Discovery. The main character is actually Sasha from Walking Dead.
I honestly thought you were going to say the main character is you.
Why the fuck would I have said that?
That'd be a good way to sell.
That's retarded.
Sasha from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, she's like a lieutenant commander or something like that, and the show is focused around her. It's been the first time that the main character isn't the captain.
I like her.
It's quite an interesting premise, and she's a good actress.
So is she the number 2?
So that's the news.
That's the news. I'm going to play a quick promo and we will be back with our review.
I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Blake from the History of Bad Ideas. And we'll get back to your regularly scheduled program here in just a second, geek listeners. But we do a weekly podcast called The History of Bad Ideas.
Yeah, well, we'll discuss things like television or movies or music or games or any other thing that falls into our geek-related podcast knowledge.
You can find us on Geek Life Radio, Fridays, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central, or Radio-Blitz, Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central, or you can listen to us whenever the hell you want on iTunes and Stitcher.
Check us out. Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
So that was them.
That was you love doing that. So this is the part of the show that we like to call WHWBW.
No, we don't.
What have we been watching?
No, we don't.
It's basically it's the review section.
Yeah, don't do that.
WHWBW.
Don't do that.
But yeah, this is the section where we like to throw out some reviews. Chris assures me that he has quite a few, which is good because I haven't got very much.
That's all right then.
Because I am currently moving house, so I have done fuck all TV and movie watching. But we will get into that.
Yeah.
So I'll let you start, seeing as you have a smorgasbord of reviews.
Well, okay. So the first one is I went to the cinema a couple of weeks ago to see The Great Wall.
Is this the whitewash in China one?
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah.
It's not whitewash in China. It's Matt Damon and the guy from Game of Thrones. Prince something or nothing who gets his eyes squashed in.
The white guy.
He's like Spanish or something.
I like him. Auburn.
He's in Narcos as well.
Auburn.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I like Auburn.
He's actually very good in it.
He's a fantastic actor anyway, so yeah, I like him.
So these guys are sort of merchants who are in China.
White merchants in China.
Well, a white American merchant in China and a Spanish merchant in China. And they end up getting into the middle of a battle, an ongoing battle, which is why the Great Wall has been built. Because there's like these monstery things who attack the wall every 20 years or something like that. Yeah, so it's a weird movie, right? For a start,
okay.
There's going to be a C-bomb here. There was these 4 little cunts that were sat behind us.
Oh yeah, you said you had a bad time at the cinema.
Oh my fucking
You're
God.
always having bad times.
I know, that was 2 in a row.
2 in a row.
Split, there was these 2 whispery little bitches.
Did you make it a 3-peat when you went last night?
No, Logan was okay because I was listening. I was like a fucking hawk.
You were like, if
anyone says fucking anything. No, Logan was alright. But on this one, yeah, there was these 4 little fucks. They'd obviously snuck in because there was no way in hell they were old enough to be watching the movie.
Again,
they'd snuck in.
Edinburgh.
I know.
Probably looking for rape victims.
Their mother was probably, had a customer, and so they were dropped off at the cinema.
Brilliant.
So, I turned round and said, "Oh, shut up, please. I didn't come here to listen to you speak." That was the first one.
Brave.
That was the first one. I know, I might have been knifed. I didn't actually think about that until
You
after.
could have been easily knifed.
That was the first one. And then the movie's about maybe 2.5 hours long.
Yep.
So for a good spell, they shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Then they started again, and then I kind of, sort of turned around again. I didn't sort of say much that time. I just kind of went, like, fuck you!
You shot them a look.
But the thing is, they were little kids. They were no older than maybe 12 years old.
Yeah.
So the third time, and they were fucking giggling and, you
realise
and all that.
by this point they were doing it on purpose.
Yeah, I know they were.
Yeah.
Because that's the kind of thing I would have done at that age.
Because some old bastard kept turning around and telling him to shut up.
Yeah. Well, Paul Trotter was sat next to me and he was pissing himself laughing because I turned around
I
and talked.
I would have been.
But Paul's angrier than I am, so I don't understand how he fucking didn't.
Because it's hilarious when somebody else turns around in the cinema to give someone a roasting.
So, yeah, I'd realised that, they're like, say, 11-year-old kids, 12-year-old kids.
Well, you realised the third time.
No, I realised the first time.
Right, okay.
But they were still doing it, and meh. Yeah, it was getting towards like the finale of the movie, the final act of the movie, sort of the climax of the movie, the big sort of final battle. And they were still doing it, and like I was fucking gripping my seat like that. My knuckles were fucking white. And if I turned around the third time, it would have been a lot more Sopranos-y.
You should have just done it.
I know. No, you can't turn around and go, "Shut the fuck up!" to
what? 3
11-year-old.
times because you'd already done it twice. Well, no, the second time you just shot them evils.
And Paul did actually shoot them evils as well because they kept on getting up and down to go for a piss or whatever.
As kids do.
And so the third time wasn't going to be polite or child friendly.
Yeah.
So I kind of just gripped my seat and gritted my teeth. And I'm glad I did that because I don't want to be the guy who
you don't want to be that guy.
Shouts and swears at little kids.
No. You don't want to be going to the cinema and there's like an advert for the movie about you.
That's true. That's a good point. If a little kid is behind you, don't say fuck.
Please just bear with it.
But the movie's a 15, they shouldn't have been in there.
No, I get it. So what was the movie like?
The movie was actually okay.
Right.
It was okay. The final act, I was distracted because of these little ball bags behind me. So I was distracted by that. I do need to watch it again. I will actually watch it again.
Yeah.
It's not been getting good reviews and all that, but fuck them. The movie looked fucking gorgeous. The monsters that they created were pretty menacing.
Yeah.
They actually looked like a threat, not like your fucking Suicide Squad or your Age of Ultron, where it's just clones of each other. They actually did look like an actual threat. They were hard to kill, not just hard to kill at the start. You know what I mean? Like how back to Suicide Squad, they were fucking impossible to kill at the start, but they were fucking easy as a bastard to kill at the end.
Yeah, because they've learned.
Fuck off. But they were sort of consistent the whole way through with it. There was like the big bad, sort of the queen that they had to kill. Kind of like sort of your the one with Casper Van Dien, Starship Troopers. Yeah.
Class.
So it was, but I think apparently it is based on like an ancient Chinese myth. Starship Troopers. It's
based on an ancient Chinese myth with a white guy.
They had white guys in China then.
It's whitewashing.
They didn't have Jason Bourne then.
Jason Bourne.
But it did kind of feel like the Western people came in to save the Chineses because they didn't know what to do.
Like the Americans did.
Yeah, it did kind of a little bit feel like that. They had no idea how to defeat the monsters, and then Matt Damon and Prince Oberyn came in and saved the day. Felt a little bit like that. Willem Dafoe was in it as well. Didn't get a great deal to do, but he was all right.
Did he go?
No.
No.
Prince Oberyn was the star of the show for me.
Yeah,
he was great.
He would be.
I like very,
that
very funny, solid actor. Matt Damon was good too. Don't get me wrong. He kind of was just doing what he would have been done if he'd been cast as Legolas, though.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Is he smarting from that? Was that a thing?
I don't know.
Oh,
it is now. 365 exclusive.
Right till it's wrong.
But it was good. I will watch it again.
Nice one. Excellent.
So you go.
I watched a monster movie because that movie had monsters in it. I watched our good friend Eoin Mackin, who we spoke to a little while back. The director of Leopard, and he's in Night Shift. He played a part in this movie, which was the new Resident Evil.
Yeah,
the final chapter. It's just Resident Evil. It's no better than the last one.
That's what it says on the tin.
It's no better than the last one. It's no worse than the last one. It tries to plug some of the holes that they've made along the way. Not very convincingly, because do they really need to? It's not like it needs a story anymore.
I think Resident Evil's become, like, you know what? It's not Star Wars.
Yeah.
Just shut up and just watch the movie.
I actually enjoyed it. I liked Mila Jovovich in this one. They kind of gave you a little bit of depth to the character, which they haven't done for a few movies now. It's just they've just sort of dwindled along. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I had a good time with it. It's exactly what you expect from a Resident Evil movie. There's monsters, there's zombies, there's fucking mutations. Ian Glenn is fantastic in it again, because he's been fantastic for the last 2 or 3 movies. Like I say, they bring it all sort of full circle because it's supposed to be the last movie. It ends in a way that there could be another one very easily.
Or never going to believe this moment.
Sort of, basically, yeah. It's kind of like, yeah. I'm not going to spoil it because some people probably will want to see it. Eoin Macken is very good in it. And I'm not just saying that because we've had him on before. The way that these Resident Evil movies goes is sort of like, Mila's great. Ali Lata, whenever she comes back, is good. But apart from that, everybody else is just there. Eoin Macken kind of actually has a role in the movie. And sort of reminiscent of the first movie when you had like, you had the team with Colin Salmon and Michelle Rodriguez. And you had the guys that came in. They had depth and they had character and they had story. Owen was the only one in this movie. Ian Glenn had a little bit, but it's some kick-ass fighting, some great callbacks to the first 2 movies, and I just thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It is exactly what you want from a Resident Evil movie. Just nonsense and great nonsense.
Yeah, that's exactly what you like. You say it's like Sharknado. You don't watch.
It's not like Sharknado.
Shut the fuck up and let me make my point. You don't watch a new Sharknado. By the way, back to news. Katie Price is going to be in fucking Sharknado 5.
Yeah, you must be happy with that.
I am very. If she gets her head bastard chopped off,
it must be. That must be what it is.
And like no CGI actually do it. Then I'm fine. I'm fine.
I do feel like we need to reach out to our good pal David and get him back on with the Sharknado 5 crew.
Just say, oh, by the way, David, on behalf of the UK, if anything was to happen to Katie while you were shooting the movie, then we would be okay with that.
She is a national treasure.
Fuck you.
She is.
She fucking is not.
The original page 3 queen.
My fucking fist is clenched. I'm going to punch you in the face.
But
anyway, so yeah, the point I was going to make was you know a new Sharknado movie comes every year. You don't watch a Sharknado movie expecting it to be taking itself seriously and to be fucking plugging plot holes all over the place and keeping up with itself, because it doesn't. It's a Sharknado movie, and in the same way, the same vein, it's a fucking Resident Evil movie. So
it tries, like it bless it does try, like it tries to bring everything sort of around, and sort of like, we know that there was some gaps here and there. Here you go, here's a tampon, we're going to fill that hole for you. But they kind of, they don't gloss on it, they don't stay on it too long. It's just kind of like, oh, by the way, this happened and that's why, and move on. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think people should definitely watch it. If you're a fan of the other movies, it's the same again, just a little bit cooler, some better effects, some really kick-ass fight scenes, and it's just Mila being Mila.
Fair enough.
And the day before, the reason I did actually watch it, but the day before, The Fifth Element was on Channel 5.
Ah.
And that's Mila, when Mila was just starting out and fucking gorgeous.
That's a great movie.
It's a fantastic movie. Flaston Paradise! I love Chris Rock in that movie.
So do I.
Chris Tucker, actually. Chris Rock, that's a fucking bad one. Chris Tucker. Everybody does that, though.
Everybody gets those two mixed up.
Yeah, it's not like...
That's not racist.
It's not Lawrence Fishburne and Samuel L. Jackson.
No, it's
like,
not.
It's Chris Tucker, Chris Rock. Both mediocre in their own right. So yeah, anything else?
Yes. Now, I watched a movie that was recommended to me by Paul Byrne, of all people.
Paul Byrne recommended movies.
Who just hates all movies.
I would literally have been like, who told you that you could recommend movies amongst men?
No, he likes movies. He likes, but he just won't admit it.
Tropic Thunder being his favorite.
Tropic Thunder and Sherlock Holmes.
Yep.
So when he recommends a movie to me, I kind of tend to take it seriously, because he recommended Patriots Day,
right?
Which you have previously reviewed on this show.
Yep.
I had not seen it before.
Marky Mark.
I have watched it now, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
It's great, isn't it?
You'd give it a shit review.
No, I gave it a shit review because I watched Deepwater Horizon like the day before.
Oh, fuck that movie.
Like, Patriots Day is a good movie. I just don't think it's as good as Deepwater Horizon.
No, it's a million times better than
What
Deepwater
did you
Horizon.
think of the found footage all over the place, like with the security cameras and like inside the coffee shop and all that?
The explodey bit, it worked very, very well.
And it wasn't gratuitous or anything.
No.
Like, they didn't throw it in your face.
That scene was actually so good. I had an Asda pizza in my oven, and that scene was so good that I forgot it was in there and it burnt to a fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. I really didn't know where you were going with that, and I'm glad that's where it went.
Where do you think I was going? Don't answer that. No, I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I thought it was a cracking movie. I would watch it again. Marky Mark was brilliant in it. J.K. Simmons was brilliant in it.
John Goodman.
And
John Goodman's
John
in it, isn't he?
Goodman, yes. Yeah. And Kevin Bacon.
Yep.
And also Supergirl.
Is she in that as well?
She played, the woman. She was American who I assume had like converted to Islam or whatever, and she was like the woman who they catch.
I know you're on about what I honestly. Is that her?
That's her, Melissa Benoist.
Melissa Menmoist.
Yeah, that's her.
Okay. Yeah, I never even clocked her. Fuck.
It took me ages. It took me fucking ages.
I did enjoy the movie, but like I say, I watched Deepwater Horizon before it, and I absolutely I adored Deepwater Horizon.
I can't get away with that, mate. I can't get away with that.
You just
movie.
don't like the banter.
No.
The cheeky, playful banter. You need to watch it, man.
Move on before you say Banks, and then I'll kill you. So, what else have you got?
I have a movie that absolutely 100% took me by surprise. Knocked me for fucking six. It was like a haymaker to the jaw. I think you might be on about this one as well, because I recommended it to you straight away as I was watching it. It had me in tears, like fucking floods of tears. Who knew Shia LaBeouf could actually...
Oh yes. Yeah.
Who knew he could pull off a role like this? Like, I've always kind of liked Shia. I'm not one of the ones that, like, hates on him like most people do, like, because of the Transformers, but...
Because of the Transformers, but also because of all the artsy-fartsy shit that he does.
I love all that, because I
no.
think it just adds, like, another level to Shia's, like, fucked upness. Like, he's clearly just...
Fucked upness.
He's clearly, like, taking a bit of a walk off the map, so to speak. But all that arty-farty shit, I just think it's great. And some of the shit he subjects himself to and lets people do to him, it's like, fucking hell, man. But I don't know why he's doing it. Only he knows why he's doing it. Sometimes I don't even think he knows why he's doing it. I think he's just like, I'm just going to do it. But he's made a few films in the past that I have absolutely adored him in. Like, Holes, the Disney film Holes. I love that film. It's a great film.
I don't know what that is.
It was when he was just coming off the Even Stevens TV show, and he made Holes, and it was funny as fuck. It's great. Guide to Recognizing Your Saints. You know that I adore that movie. I'll fucking champion that movie to the end of time. That the director of that movie also directed this movie, which is why I sat down to watch it, because the director is Dito Montiel. I pretty much like anything he does. He's such a good director. He actually did a film with Al Pacino a little while back called Son of No Man, with Al Pacino and Channing Tatum.
Rings a bell, yeah.
And it's a good film, because he tends to work with Channing as well as Shia. This movie's called Man Down, and it's one thing, and then it just flips on you, and it totally...
I did not see that coming. I did not see that.
Fucking just... It destroyed us. I messaged you. I messaged you basically saying I'm sat here in a puddle of my own fucking tears. you know, like
you did. Yeah.
It's like that sort of thing, like, because it's basically it's sort of a post-apocalyptic sort of thing. You're getting two sort of stories. You've got a story of the future and a story of the past. Shia is a soldier who is kind of in the past. He sort of, something happens with his best mate, and he's dealing with that, and then his best mate dies, and he's dealing with that, and then in the future, it's like post-apocalyptic, but then half an hour from the end of the movie, it all flips on its head, and you just fucking sit there and go, fuck.
Yeah, what it very much was a, whoa.
It just completely...
That happened. Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, Dito Montiel, like I say, great director. I love everything he's done. This is so left field from anything he's ever done. Like, he always does personal stories, but this is so unbelievably unlike anything he's ever done. which I think is why, because I'm sitting there and like, I loved fighting with Channing Tatum. I loved Guide to Recognizing Your Saints. And I'm sitting there like, oh, he does dialogue really well. He does, like, he always has these young kids in there, like, being good actors, being amazing actors, in fact, probably at the height of their game. The story just sort of goes on and goes on and goes on and then ends. This just fucking destroyed me.
I know it did. I wasn't in balls of tears or anything like that, but I did say to you at the scene at the end of the movie, which we're not going to give away.
No,
everybody, you know, if you Google the movie, don't Google the movie, because if you Google the movie, it'll tell you that it's got a fucking low rating on the website that we do not mention on the show.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, how do we?
Yes. Fuck those guys. Fuck those guys.
This movie's insanely good.
The movie is fucking fantastic. Shia, who I mean, I said to you, I loved him in Fury. You know, there are other movie roles that I've loved him in. Transformers is not one of them. But he's amazing in this. He's unbelievable. So fucking good in this. And, you know, it did kind of resonate with me because my brother-in-law was in Afghanistan and, you know, he was... like, he was involved in an IED, so, you know... and unfortunately, like there were guys in his tank. He's okay, he's fine, but there were guys in his tank who were killed, and so he struggled with that. And
it's kind of why, like, when I was telling you to watch it, I was like, don't read the synopsis, because I knew fine well if you read the synopsis to that movie, it's going to tell you everything. I was like, don't read the synopsis, just press play and watch it.
Yeah. Which I did. I was watching another movie which I was actually going to bloody review, but I can't remember what it was. Because I told you to watch it, and I'm fucked if I can remember what it was. Morgan, that's what it was.
Which I've not watched yet.
Yeah, you should watch it.
I will.
I'm not going to review it because I can't remember a great deal about it. Because I'm dying to speak about another movie.
Okay, well, let's move on to that
because that kind of segue, because you were in floods of tears with Man Down.
Okay.
And you'll be in floods of tears with Morgan. With Logan, bygones.
I honestly thought you were going to say it and I cried a little bit, but no, it's like, no, you'll be in floods because you're a bitch, Kev. You're a bitch.
You are a complete bitch, Kev. And, okay, Logan.
Is it good?
Right, I'm going to keep this completely spoiler free. So anybody who's listening who doesn't want it spoiled, don't worry, be fine. Fantastic.
Deadpool, good enough.
And by the way, if you're in the UK, this is a public service announcement here. There is no fucking after credits scene, so don't sit there for 5 minutes like I did last night and wait for a thing, because there ain't one.
Did you only get that in America?
I think you must have done. Angry Joe had a fucking thing on the YouTubes with a Deadpool preview.
Aye.
No, there ain't.
No?
Not in the UK anyway, motherfuckers.
Oh, well.
It wasn't just me and Lee. There were other people in there.
I suppose that's the one thing they got before us.
There were other people in there who were also waiting, but it was only me who went, son of a bitch.
Well, it's a Marvel movie, so you expect it.
You would think it's a Marvel X-Men movie.
Exactly.
You would expect it.
Yeah.
But no, there was not any.
So the movie?
Yes.
Good?
Amazing.
Yeah.
It is possibly the best superhero movie I've ever seen.
See, I keep reading that and
Right, you're a pissy bastard, and you're not going to watch it because people are saying it's good.
No, I'm going to watch it, alright? I'm interested in Logan. I do want to see Logan because, to be fair, unlike all the haters out there, I quite like the last Wolverine. Until the Silver Samurai
in Japan.
At the end. Yeah, I liked that. Yeah. I thought that was a very interesting direction to be taking an X-Men movie in, because it didn't feel like an X-Men movie. It felt more like a Nolan movie, kind of going into this other area and dealing with the whole Japan kind of thing. I loved all that. So I am interested in Logan. I haven't read the Old Man Logan story, the comic books, but I know generally the gist of it. So sort of, I was looking forward to that. But then the movie came out, and you know what I'm like. But the movie came out, and it had been out a day, and people are saying, Hugh Jackman, Oscar, Patrick Stewart, Oscar, this is the best superhero movie of all time, fuck Dark Knight. This is all I kept reading, and I'm sitting there going,
well, I would never say fuck Dark Knight.
So now
I'm not a massive arsehole.
So now I'm kind of thinking, am I going to go in and be gutted because it's not as good as I hope it is now? Because, like, I didn't have any real expectations.
But you know me, we've been doing this podcast
Yeah.
for like 2.5 years now. You
Yeah.
know me, I wouldn't come out of that movie and go, this is possibly the best superhero movie I've ever seen, if I didn't actually genuinely think that.
Yeah, I know, but it's just when everybody starts saying it, and now...
I ain't hyped.
Now...
Fuck.
Now, I have this expectation that this movie is going to be awesome. And it's like, what if I do sit down and watch it and I don't think it's awesome? Then I'm the prick because I don't think it's awesome. And then you're the prick because you'll just sit there and go, aye, but Kev, you're a pissy bastard. And because everybody says it's good, you think it's crap. That's literally the conversation that we will have if I don't like that movie.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So I can't win.
But, okay, so Hugh Jackman, absolutely...
I'm expecting this because literally he's saying it's the last one that he's going to do.
I think he said it's the last one he's going to do unless X-Men goes over to...
Which is just holding people over a fucking barrel. I hate that.
That's never going to happen, but it needs to be the last one he does. There's no reason to keep on doing it. It ended so fucking well. And Patrick Stewart as well. There's no reason to do any more Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart in that movie is fucking fantastic. It's a whole nother side of Professor X. Like this isn't a spoiler or anything like that because it's in the trailer. But Professor X has got obviously he's got the fucking he's got like dementia, I think.
Yeah.
And so he can't control his fucking superhuman brain anymore, and that's why Logan has got him like in a sort of discreet location so that he can't harm anyone. And Stephen Merchant is in it as well.
Okay.
But you know what? Don't laugh at that.
As Stephen Merchant or as an actual character? As Stephen Merchant, then. So he's playing himself.
He
is he the Ogmon?
He does a good job. He's not being funny. He is kind of being funny. He's just being Stephen Merchant with makeup on.
So is he not the Og monster?
No, he's not the Og monster. He's like an albino Og monster. No, he is good though. He is good, bless him. And he,
No, I'm happy to hear that.
He's in a fucking Marvel X-Men movie.
Yeah.
So good on him.
Oh, definitely.
But
it's better than
he's solid
better
in
than
it.
being in 24.
He is solid in it. Richard E. Grant is in it as well. But I mean, like the little girl, she is a little badass. Oh, son of a bitch.
So are you expecting an X-23 movie?
I would watch that.
Yeah.
I would watch the hell out of that.
Which again isn't a spoiler, everybody knows that.
Yeah, it's been all over the YouTubes and the Facebooks and all that kind of thing. But I'm not going to say much more about the plot or anything like that. Just to say, Hugh Jackman is fucking fantastic. Patrick Stewart is goddamn fucking fantastic.
Oscar worthy.
Yeah, honestly, I would say yeah.
It's not going to happen, but
because they deal with like some like sort of dementia kind of, not a great deal. It's not like a downer or anything like that. It's really not.
Well, to be fair, all the trailers that I've watched of this movie, it looks like the whole thing's a downer. So
it's not
really, because it comes across that way.
But it very much earns its R rating.
Yeah,
or it's a 15 here. It is brutal.
I've seen the picture where he puts the fist underneath somebody's chin.
Mm-hmm. There's loads of that. There's bloody arms being chopped off. There's heads being chopped off. There's legs being chopped off. There's like a load of stuff going on. Not wanking.
That looked like wanking.
It did look a little bit like wanking on yeah. But it's brutal. It very much earns its R rating. Patrick Stewart says fuck a lot, which, how bad can that be?
Patrick Stewart.
It's Captain Picard saying fuck.
Exactly.
Highly recommend it. Cannot recommend it enough. You need to watch it.
I will watch it. I will. I'm definitely going to watch it. And I would have came up to the cinema with you, but I was just I was busy painting the house. So.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
But
I would genuinely. Well, it's hands down. This is not difficult, but it's hands down the best X-Men movie.
Yeah, it's not difficult.
Again, yeah. But honestly, I would put it up there with The Dark Knight.
Is it as good as a Wolverine Oranges?
It's not quite as good as Oranges. No, there are no oranges.
No? Damn. Anything else?
But that's Logan. That's all the movies I'm going to speak about, but I've got a few TV shows if you're up for that.
Well, TV shows, I'll start with TV shows.
You go then.
Lindsay and I, this has been a running thing, have finished this half season of Gotham. Absolutely love Gotham this year. I cannot speak highly enough of this show. Jerome came back for the last 2 episodes and he was fucking phenomenal.
You did text me there and I kind of thought...
Cameron Monaghan, who's playing Jerome, shits all over Jared Leto. Absolutely shits all over him. Like, it's a totally different take, as is always the case. But I'm loving this kid, Cameron Jerome. I liked him in the Shameless. He did the American Shameless series.
Right.
I loved him in that. He did a movie a couple of years ago with Vincent D'Onofrio. He's fucking great in that. Mall, it was called. He's fantastic in that. He's great as Jerome. I'm loving Gotham, and I hope they just carry on this momentum of just batshit craziness. And I am telling you now, that kid, he's on the cusp of being Bruce Wayne. See if you take season 1, like that first episode with David Mazouz. If you take that first episode and take the latest episode, that kid's grown up so fucking quick. It is unbelievable how quick this kid's grown up. He's on the cusp. Like another 2 series, and he's about ready to like start properly training.
Right. So you're going to get Batman in like a season or something.
Oh, I think you're going to get it a lot sooner than ever. It's not going to be a Smallville thing where he just at the end of the series. You're going to get some Batman. Like, I fucking
that was a
can't
bit of a kick in the balls to Smallville.
It was a bit.
Yeah.
You've done 10 series just to see him go. But again, this kid's he's growing up so quick, man. And you know what it is? It's actually kind of nice because, like I say, in that first episode, he was like this little fucking moany ass little bastard who was in touch with Kiefer, and that was a crap show. But,
oh yeah, it was a crap show.
But literally, the last episode of the mid season finale, there's a scene with him and Jerome, and he's punching ever loving crap out of him. Like he's beasting Jerome. Like, and Jerome's got like his face on. He's had to staple his face on because
I saw a screenshot of that.
That's great. So he's punching the crap out of him, but then he stops himself from killing him, and he's saying to Alfred, he's kind of like, I could have killed him, but I didn't. He's like, I wanted to. Everything in me, I wanted to kill him, and he's like, well, there you go. That's the first rule. And I was just sat there going, oh, the rules. And then they've started making the rules. Honestly, man, it is still a balls to the wall, batshit crazy, totally nuts, doesn't make sense, stupid fucking superhero TV show. But I've always said the great thing about this show is that Jim Gordon, Ben McKenzie playing Jim Gordon, is the only one who doesn't know he's in a superhero TV show. He thinks it's CSI. Like, he takes it all serious, and that's the best thing about the show, is how serious he is and how nuts everything else is. I love it. I think it's great. So yeah, Gotham. I know you're not going to start watching it.
I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch it again.
This year,
but it's good that you enjoy it. That's fine. I've got nothing against you enjoying it.
This is the thing. This year, I dropped Flash. I dropped Arrow. I wasn't even watching Supergirl. I tried to watch the second season because Superman was coming into it, and I dropped that within 10 minutes because he was shit. He's not a good Superman. I don't care what anyone says.
I agree with you.
And Legends, well, I never really got off the ground with Legends. So it's nice to have. I've got my one superhero show that I'm loving.
Fair enough.
And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. can just go suck a dick.
It's only just come to the UK, but I'll normally watch it on a Friday night with Burn before we go to the pub.
Yeah.
And we've not had the chance to do that yet. So, we've got like fucking 5 or 6 episodes to watch. So I think we watched the first episode and Ghost Rider was pretty cool. So I'm going to stick with it. So I will come back and give a little cheeky report. But Jock and Nerd have already done that. So and I think probably Hobie have done it as well.
Plus I'm about 2 minutes away from dropping Walking Dead. So
fuck that.
I haven't watched this week's epised, but last week's episode was just fucking terrible. So
fuck that.
Too much.
That's another one. I did read a thing about like a headline on Digital Spy that Fighting Carol was coming back.
Supposedly, there must be a scene in this episode. But
I did say to you a wee while ago that if Rambo Carol comes back, I'll give it a watch again. But honestly, I'm not going to do that.
The thing is, though, like they're going to bring Rambo Carol back, right? But the way they're going to do it, and you can just see it, it's clear as day. The writing's on the wall. She seems to be the only one out of everyone, out of all the survivors. She's the only one who doesn't know that Negan killed Abraham and Glenn.
Right.
She's the only one that doesn't know. And I think that's how they're going to bring her around. I think Daryl or somebody is going to say Negan bludgeoned Glenn and Abraham to death. Carol left because she just didn't care anymore. She just didn't want to be part of it because she didn't want to cause any more grief. So why the fuck is she going to give a shit about some ginger and Glenn? I just don't get it. Like, I can't see her coming back.
She didn't really have that many scenes with Abraham, did she?
Not at all. Her and Abraham
Were there any?
Rarely shared a scene.
Glenn, I could maybe see because she obviously.
Glenn, because of the early
If you
days,
go back to season 1,
yeah.
then she knew Glenn before she knew Rick.
But towards the end, she didn't really have much to do with anybody.
Yeah.
So why is that going to bring her around?
Honestly, I can't see me going back to that at all.
It's got till the mid-season finale with me. I'm going to stick with it because you're getting some pretty decent Negan scenes. Jeffrey Dean Morgan's still killing that. He's amazing. I still think too much Negan. A little bit of Negan goes a hell of a long way for me.
It's maybe a case of a less is more type thing.
Yeah, but the last episode with Eugene, it was a bad episode, but Negan had a good little monologue where he kept calling Mr. Smarty Pants, which was quite funny. And just hearing Jeffrey Dean Morgan being menacing, calling someone Mr. Smarty Pants, I don't know, got a little giggle out of me.
First one. Well, I'm going to talk British TV for a change. Don't ever do that. Okay, so first one is a TV show that I told you about. It's got I think it was your number 2 British actress, Vicky McClure, in it. The TV show is on BBC. I think it's only 3 or 4 episodes. Mm-hmm. And it's called The Replacement.
Right, yes.
So the premise of the show is it's like set in an architect's, and the main character is like sort of like a wonderkind kind of thing, and she's designing like a big library, and she gets pregnant unexpectedly, so she's got no pain in the hoop, but she's
better put an F on her job.
Yeah, so she's got to, obviously she's pregnant, so she's got to kind of take a step back and let someone else take over the reins of the project. Well, she's off giving birth and whatever the women do.
Yeah.
I've got kids, I don't know. I don't know. So they hire Vicky McClure's character, who is the replacement.
Cool.
But the whole thing of the show is, the first episode is there's something not right, and there's something the main character. I'm sorry, I can't remember her name. I'm fucking shite with names. No, the main character is the one who's pregnant.
The other one.
Yeah, the other one. Pregnant lady and Vicky McClure.
Yeah.
Yeah, done. So pregnant.
It's her story, and it's good.
It's her story, and it's good. So Vicky McClure. There's something not right about her. The pregnant one thinks that there's something not right, something's iffy, and she thinks that she's trying to sort of edge her out of the company and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And so there's the whole ongoing thing of, it's just your fucking hormones, man. You're pregnant and that. It's just you imagining shit. And then something fucking huge happens at the end of the first episode, and it's like, maybe that's not the case.
Right.
I've not seen the second episode yet.
All right.
But it's fucking great.
Is it not just like a hand that rocks the cradle kind of thing? Did you ever watch that?
Maybe. Is that Rebecca De Mornay?
Yeah.
Yeah? No.
Because there was an actual baby in that, but yeah.
Well, she gave birth at the end of the first episode, so there is an actual baby in episode 2. So
it might be.
It might well be. You
Awesome.
never know.
Awesome.
But it's damn good. It is damn good.
I keep reading about this, and I do quite fancy it because I like Vicky, but yeah, I'll get around to that one. Definitely.
Another one that's just started is Broadchurch.
Yeah.
You ever watched Broadchurch?
Nah.
No? Why not?
Because it looks so fucking depressing.
It is massively depressing.
Yeah.
Olivia Colman, who, I like me a bit of Olivia Colman.
I've got enough depression in my life to be watching that.
But I don't know why I laughed at that, sorry. But Olivia Colman.
Because I'm a mental.
Wow. Okay, it got dark. Olivia Colman, who is a great crier on screen, gets to do that a lot in Broadchurch.
Yeah.
So they tried to make it and remake it in America. Didn't work. Shocker. We had David Tennant, who was playing the same character, but an American version of his character. and the woman who was Skylar in Breaking Bad was Olivia Colman. That's never going to work.
Fucking hell.
It's never going to work, is it?
Talk about bad casting.
It was called Grace Point.
Moorchurch.
Grace Point. Moorchurch. You silly bastard.
It's just every time I see trailers for it, I just like even the trailer depresses me. I just sit and go, ugh.
Well, the first two series, it was about a wee boy who was murdered, and then the reason, it was like a whole thing in the community trying to find who did it and stuff like that. And then, so that was the first two series. The first series was about finding the murderer. The second series was about the trial. Mm-hmm. And then, so series 3, which is also the final series because it's Chris Chibnall who has taken over Doctor Who.
Right.
So it's the final series of Broadchurch because he's doing that, I assume. But this one's about rape.
Did they not see the trailers before the film?
Oh, no. Yeah, okay.
Is it not set in Edinburgh?
It's not set in Edinburgh, no, and it's set in England somewhere. But no, apparently they didn't see the anti-rape adverts.
Well, that was the problem.
Mm-hmm. But the rape victim is Hayley out of Coronation Street.
Ooh. Is she not a gadgie?
Not in real life.
Oh, right.
I just think that was just a character what she played.
I thought they were just like going full transgender for that.
No, never that.
How's Roy's Rolls?
I don't fucking know. I never watched that shit.
Awesome.
Don't be ridiculous. But Broadchurch is damn good.
Yep.
Don't try and remake it again, Americans. Just don't.
Just leave it.
Just don't. There's no reason to remake these things
just
anymore.
Leave our British shows.
You've got BBC America,
exactly.
And what was the name of the ITV and BBC team up that we spoke about? Was it Britpod or something like that?
Britpod.
Was it not something like that?
Is that not something we came up with?
Possibly.
Brit TV.
No, it was really, really shit and wanky.
BBTV.
We'll go with that one. So what else have you been watching?
ITBC. I haven't got anything else. Well, I have a couple of little things. We're catching up on Chicago Fire, which I'm loving. The last series had us in tears like 3 episodes in a row.
Is that new? Is that still being on?
Oh, it's still going, but I think me and Lindsay are just catching up on it now.
Oh, right, okay.
Because we tried to be clever. Right?
Is it when Casey is like the alderman and stuff?
Yeah, that's what we're on.
Yeah, I'm up to date with it. Yeah.
We tried to be clever where we because obviously the Americans have like Chicago Med, Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, Chicago Law, Chicago Superheroes, Chicago Barroom, Chicago
Hairdressers.
Yeah. They got all that shit.
By the way, from your
I know. I need to go. I'm going tomorrow, I think. But yeah, so we tried to do it where we were watching like keeping up with the shows, like each episode as it went. So
fuck that.
Yeah, that got really boring. So we actually for a long time just stopped completely watching. But we're back in Chicago Fire. It's been a good series. This series has been.
That's been. I kind of know which episode had you in tears.
Probably all of them.
Was it they had a little boy in the firehouse because his mother had been shot or something, and so they had to take him away at the end of the episode.
Anything
because that actually had me welling up like a little bitch as well. So
it is not bad, just but there was like 3 episodes in a row, and that was one of them.
Right,
but it's anything that has Herman as a main, like Herman he's such a good actor. David Eigenberg, such a fantastic actor, but he can make you fucking feel things like, and I don't mean in the pants. I mean like in the brain and in the heart, and he gets us every time. He's such a crotchety old fuck that like when he starts acting, he just acts.
Which one's Herman again?
Herman is
that the older one?
The one with like 6 kids. He runs
the one who has the bar.
He runs the bar.
Right.
With aye.
I know you mean.
But yeah, it's been a good series. Really enjoyed it. 24. I'm still watching the new 24.
I've kind of stalled on that.
If you're interested in keeping going with it, bear with it past episode 3.
Right. I've got episode 3 and I think episode 4 on my Sky Planner. So.
It is actually quite good.
Right. Okay.
It's getting there. It's not amazing. It's not amazing by a long shot. I'm still trying to get over the fact that it's just not 24 and there's no Jack Bauer. But I think when you get past that, it's going to be a good show. The 4th episode is actually pretty stellar.
You know what? I did text you while I was watching episode 2 because they had a load of stuff with, you know how the main character, Eric, dropped off his girlfriend at his brother's drug den or some shit like that. And then they were doing a drug deal elsewhere. And one of the other women from the fucking drug group was like, oh, well, maybe he won't be in charge much longer. Spoilers. You and all back in the back potato chips.
he ain't your man. I know.
See, you shouldn't be doing that because your hair looks like a ponytail.
Off. Shut up.
So, and like all that was, they had all that shit, and I was like, oh, fuck off.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I will watch episode 3. I will keep
honestly,
on with it.
Keep up with it. Keep up with it. I think it's going to turn a corner, and it's not going to be the 24 that we love.
Not your mama's 24.
It's not. But it is going to be something. So I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. Yep.
Okay.
Anything else?
I've just got one more to talk about.
Cool.
And you won't ever watch this ever. But it's a show on the History Channel, and the show is called Hunting Hitler.
Why wouldn't I watch that?
Because it's you, it's all history and
Got
stuff.
Hitler in the title.
Well, it's a documentary, and it's a group of, you know, sort of FBI fellas and what have you. It is real life. It's not like made up or anything like that. But they are investigating evidence, or looking for evidence, that Hitler didn't die in the bunker in Germany in April 1945. That he actually escaped and made it to Argentina.
Yeah, there's a good chance I won't watch that.
You'll never watch it. But it's on season 2 right now, and if you watch it, there's been a lot of stuff about it on, you know, different Facebook pages and all that kind of thing. But if you watch it, it's fucking fascinating.
Yeah.
If you look, it is fact that there were Germans that escaped to Argentina.
Yeah.
For example, I know you hated the show, but there was an episode of Top Gear where they drove through Argentina, and they actually had the cameras there. They drove through a town that was all German, like German style houses and what have you, because it actually is a fact that Germans escaped there after the war because they couldn't be extradited or what have you. So they did go to Argentina after the war, and if you watch the show, there is actually evidence there that Hitler fucking escaped.
Right.
That he didn't die. And it's fucking fascinating, I swear, it's brilliant.
But why would he just hide out?
I'm only halfway through season 2, but they're finding different locations around Argentina and what have you that they are sort of leading up to, I think. I mean, I've got like 3 episodes in my planner, and it's still going on the History Channel here in the UK. Might be finished in America, I don't know.
Yeah.
But they're suggesting that he was trying to build a Fourth Reich in Argentina. Right. So he wasn't just hiding out, he was trying to build a new Reich. Yeah. It's fucking great.
Did he change his name to Bruno Ganz?
No.
I thought he might just played himself.
Maybe he did.
Ooh, that would have been cool.
Yeah. So Hunting Hitler, I know you'll never ever watch it, but I'm really fucking enjoying it.
Never say never.
You'll never watch that,
Yeah,
will
probably
you?
not. Probably not.
That's all the TV shows I've got.
Cool. So would you like to move on to the last?
I'll tell you what. I have been reading a comic book.
All right.
I finished Injustice, which was all right. No, it's not all it's been up to be honest. No, it was okay.
Did it make you want to play the game?
No.
Oh, well, it's not done its job then.
No, it did not. It did not. But, yeah, I started reading another book. And apparently this was supposed to be this amazing Iron Man story.
Right.
And I'm not finished it yet because I can't be asked to go back to it. I'm about halfway through, and it's Demon in a Bottle.
Right.
It's quite a well-known Iron Man story.
Don't know. I'm not big. Iron Man's like a third tier character anyway.
But it was made like in the 70s or something because Tony Stark looks like a porn star.
Sweet.
But
Tony Stark not always look like a porn star.
Well, kind of. But yeah, he's got like long hair, curvy hair, and he's got whatever. But so he looks like a porn star, and the dialogue is awful. The artwork is awful. The story is awful. And I was expecting this classic story, like if you go to like Death of Superman, for example, which I've read a few times now. If you go to V for Vendetta, which I've read a few times now, you can go back to that. The Death of Superman, it kind of looks a little bit dated.
Yeah.
But this, it just looks terrible. I honestly can't see me going back to it. I was expecting this fucking amazing classic Iron Man story, because I've read a couple now. The Extremis one, which I spoke about previously on the show quite a way back,
On the Smaug.
that should have been Iron Man 3, and it would have been a better Iron Man 3 story than we actually got. I'm not going to argue that. I did actually rewatch the Iron Man trilogy a few weeks ago, and I still stand up for Iron Man 3, but fuck me, it should have been so much better.
Yeah.
But that's all. We've covered that. We've covered that.
As in being a movie would help.
Yeah, shut up. So that, Demon in the Bottle, ugh.
I suppose
That's
good
the
as,
365 rating, ugh.
I suppose good as review you can get.
Yeah. It's his story, it's not good.
So with that said, would you like to move on to our top 5?
Yes, please.
Which is, would you like to let people know what it is before we go?
Yeah, so I don't know where this one came from, but we are going to be talking about the most annoying TV characters.
Is it because you sit beside an annoying guest host?
No.
Host, co-host?
Guest host.
Co-host.
You are the host.
I'm one of. But yeah, I will play a cheeky quick promo, and we will be back with our top 5 annoying characters.
Chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Astro Radio Z is a horror, cult, exploitation film podcast hosted by me, Derek Carey. I was one of those monster kids growing up. The one that used to sit in the back end of that video store and scour over every single last film cover you saw back there, from the slashers to the monsters to the sleazy stuff. Yeah, I was freaking obsessed, and I still am. So much so I became a filmmaker myself. Now I bring on all my filmmaker friends, critics, musicians, and any other fans of the dark arts, which are horror, exploitation, and cult film. Are you one of these people? Then tune in and listen to my show, Astro Radio Z.
So this is your list, so you can pimp it.
Will I pimp it? So how did you get on with this list?
I did very well, and then I thought I've done so well that I don't have to think about this. Then I thought about it and did not so well.
Yeah, because I text you saying, right, okay, we'll do this list on Tuesday night. And then about not even 5 minutes later, not even that, you text me back saying, done.
That was because I
You've been
have
a cocky cock.
I've hobbied one of them.
Right.
But my hobbied one could very easily have been my entire list.
Okay.
So I thought, oh, well, that was fucking easy. Done. And then I thought, I can't do that. That's wrong. Like, I need to have 5 individual, choices. I can't just take a hobby and just give them individual. I can't do that. So then I had to think about it. And, yeah, it got harder. But I've got a pretty standout list.
I'm happy with my list.
I'm very happy with my list, actually. I'm very happy.
Well, I'm happier than you are.
Well, it's your baby, so I'll let you go first.
So my number 5 is from Mad Men.
Ooh.
You've watched some of that, right, haven't you? What,
Yes.
season 1 or something?
Season 1, yes.
So my number 5 is Pete Campbell.
Really?
Yes.
He's
he's an annoying fuck.
He is, but he's meant to be so that you like Don Draper, even though he's an asshole.
Don Draper is an asshole.
Yeah.
But Pete Campbell...
Pete Campbell makes you like Don Draper, though.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, he made me
Well,
like
you
him.
need to watch the entire thing then,
Okay.
because Pete Campbell becomes a complete bastard.
Oh, well.
He's so desperate to be Don that he starts cheating on his wife just because he wants to be Don, and he's trying to fucking outwit Don, but he can't. He just can't, and he just turns into a fucking snivelly fuck. He redeems himself towards the end when they're wrapping up, when they're wrapping up everybody's stories. He redeems himself. He's a snivelly bastard, and so he's my number 5.
Well, that's a very good number 5 then.
Thank you very much.
My number 5 is actually it's not a character that I hate per se. She was annoying, and then I fell in love with her after 2 or 3 series.
Okay.
My number 5 is Chloe O'Brien.
Okay.
That first season of 24 when Chloe came into it, I believe it was series 3, or was it 2? Series 3.
3.
she was so fucking annoying. She was Edgar Styles annoying.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't believe that they had this character in there. Obviously, she's supposed to be like the socially awkward computer nerd hacker, Felicity Smoke kind of thing.
Yeah.
But she was just so fucking annoying. And it was like everything had to be by the book, and it was like me, like constantly whining and moaning. And then by the end of that series, you were kind of okay with her, but it was really season 4 and 5 that Chloe just came into her own.
It was really when she started getting like the one-liners, and like the snippy moments.
Yeah, and
like
when she got
there was a moment with one of the characters where he kind of raised his voice to her a little bit. And she goes, I know what I've got to do. You don't have to raise your voice to me. And kind of
me. I know what you're saying, but she was full of those moments. And it was only really when she started getting on Jack's side and being on Jack's, like having his back, that you fell in love with Chloe. And by the end of it, she was probably one of my favourite characters in 24 ever. But when she first came into that show, fuck me, she was annoying. And I hated her as a character. And every time it cut to her, I was like, nope. Of course, by the end, I fell in love with her. So it was all good. But yeah, that's why she's at number 5, because I did eventually warm to her. Just when she first came in, fuck her. Chloe O'Brien.
Fair enough. That's a good choice. Yeah.
Yep.
So, speaking of when a character comes on the screen and you go, no, fuck off. This is a show that I used to watch.
Right.
I don't watch it anymore, largely because of this guy. The show was 30 Rock, and it's Tracy Morgan.
Can we just say, like, Tracy Morgan as in just Tracy Morgan and not that character?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Because he's pretty annoying.
With that, but I was really, really enjoying that show. I watched it for a good couple of years. Alec Baldwin was brilliant in it.
Mm-hmm.
You had Thingy from Ally McBeal. I forget what her name is. Tina Fey is funny.
Yes.
But then the scenes where Tracy Morgan came on, I just wanted to punch the wall.
I know what you're saying, but I generally feel like that with anything he does.
Yeah. I've not watched any of his movies. I refuse to. He's as annoying as Kevin James for me.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Tracy Morgan.
Every time he came on the screen, I just wanted to hit things.
I'll give you that. I'll let you have that one. My number 4 is... I've got a couple of Hobbit ones, but this is my first Hobbit one. My number 4 is the entire cast of Friends, minus Joey Tribbiani, because I do quite like Joey.
What about Phoebe?
Phoebe's annoying. I don't like Phoebe. That whole hippie vibe thing, I don't like it. Interestingly enough, I do love Lisa Kudrow in things that she's done since.
The Comeback.
I never watched The Comeback. I never watched that.
It's good.
But the movie Wonderland with Val Kilmer, I loved her in that. I thought she was great in that.
Can't remember that one.
Lisa Kudrow genuinely is a good actress. Okay, that whole 10-year period of Friends, I didn't like Friends. I was never a big fan of Friends. I was more like, I liked my Frasier, you know. I liked my Everybody
Loves Raymond.
Ray Romano. I liked that. I quite like King of Queens when I first started watching that. I didn't mind it. I thought it was
I'm sorry,
right.
Jason. I'm sorry.
But Friends for me was one of those series that I just could not get behind. And it's the sort of series that I should like, but I just couldn't get behind it because I just hated these fucking assholes who lived in these like apartments and just talked about shit that was not relevant. It was total bollocks, and they just fucking annoyed me. And I'm not a big fan of canned laughter TV shows, and that's got more canned laughter than you can shake a stick at. It's just pure canned laughter, even though they do it in front of a live audience, but you can hear that same one guy laughing, like all the time. I don't like Friends. I never will like Friends. I've caught the odd episode that I have enjoyed, just not a lot of them, not enough to say, ooh. But I hate Ross as a character. He's a ridiculously bad character, which by an extension, Rachel is a terrible character. She's just a terrible fucking human being, to be fair. I do like Joey because he's a lovable fucking idiot, and I do love a lovable idiot. And Chandler, well, he's got the same type of job as you, so I don't like him.
Does that mean, by extension, you hate me?
I don't hate you. Like, I get on with you, but that's about it.
So, just question before I got to my number 3. How do you really feel about Friends?
I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of it.
No?
No.
Well, shit.
And you know what it is? You can't fucking turn the TV on without seeing Friends. It's on every fucking channel.
Friends is never going away.
It's fucking...
Friends is like The Simpsons and your Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, it's not
never
going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. Yeah, Friends.
Okay.
The entire cast, apart from Joey Tribbiani, because he's an idiot, and how can you not love an idiot?
I loved Friends.
I know you did, and yeah.
I feel you've just picked that to vex me.
No, I didn't. Honestly, it's one of those TV shows. I've never hidden the fact that I don't like Friends. Never once. I mean, I would tell people that I like Will and Grace before I tell them I like Friends.
Oh dear.
So, do you have a number 3?
I do. Well, I've hobbied my number 3.
Oh,
but it's from the same show.
Right.
So, justification if anything. The show is Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Oh.
And
everyone.
Everyone
but Picard.
No, the characters are Wesley Crusher.
Yep.
And Lwaxana Troy.
Yep. I'll give you them. Definitely.
Wesley is an annoying know-it-all little prick.
He's meant to be, though.
Yeah, I know he is, but fuck off. And Lwaxana Troy, which is Deanna's mother.
Yeah.
Any episode where it's a Lwaxana episode, because she showed up in DS9 as well.
Right.
A few times, and any episode that's a Lwaxana focused episode, skip. I bought the box set before Christmas there on the Cyber Monday thing, and I've not finished it yet. I'm not a fucking time, but any episode, like when I've only seen TNG once all the way through, but you can still remember. Like when you have like the intro bit, then the music, and then they do the intro bit, and it's like, fuck that, it's going to be a Lwaxana episode. Fuck that. More her than Wesley, to be fair.
Yeah,
there are a few Wesley episodes that I'll get away with, but not her. Fuck that.
My number 3 is a leading ladies number 3.
Damn.
And I've hobbied this one. It's 2 leading ladies from 2 shows that you're supposed to like. Because they're the leading ladies, so you're supposed to like those characters, unless they're evil. I've hobbied it. It's Piper from Orange Is the New Black. I feel Orange Is the New Black. I've only seen series 1 and 2. I feel like I would be in much more of a hurry to watch the rest of that show if it wasn't for her. She's so fucking irritating. She's just not a good character. I suppose she's a good character because she's meant to be irritating. She's fish out of water. It's fucking crap. Here. And I put her alongside it. You're not going to like this one. You are not going to like this one. Claire Danes in Homeland. You know I'm not a big fan of Claire Danes in Homeland. She constantly looks like she's either having a turd or needs a turd.
See, I don't think you've given Homeland enough of a chance.
I gave it 3 series.
That's not enough.
Look,
wait a minute.
Most people do the 3 episode challenge. Are you saying I should do a 3 series challenge?
No,
then?
I'm saying to you that Homeland got good once they killed off Brody. But there's no series out there where a ginger is acceptable as one of the main characters. So, no, honestly, I swear to you, Homeland got fucking really good.
But does she get any better?
Yes, she does, because honestly she does, because it's not all that bullshit. I love the ginger fella. Is he bad? Am I bad?
But does she stop like pulling those faces? Like the crap
the one
faces?
I just did.
The smell in your farts faces.
Homeland, like the last season, I mean, I've not watched any of this season yet. I've got about fucking 7 episodes in my planner. I've never had time to watch it. Homeland last season, it was set in Germany, and it was about terrorists planning to attack Germany.
Right.
And she's like, she was working for a private security company.
She's still the main character.
Yeah, she's still the main character. You're not giving it enough of a chance.
No, and I'm not gonna, because she annoys the living crap out of me.
Well, there you go.
I'd rather she died and Brody took over.
Well, he's dead.
Well, he is now, yes. But yeah, that's my number 3. It's Piper and Claire Danes, because I can't even think of her name. So
Carrie Matheson.
That's the one. Piper and Claire Danes.
Okay. I can get you with Piper.
Oh, she's fucking annoying.
Yeah, there are, like, Janeway, for example. She's a great character.
Imagine how good Orange Is the New Black would be without her, and you don't need her.
Well, the thing is, right, the first series you did need her.
Yes,
because she was your the viewer's eyes going into a prisoner environment. So the first series, you did need her to introduce you to all of these characters.
But get rid of her now.
But you could potentially get rid of her now. I agree with you.
So yes,
But not about Carrie Maths.
Piper and Claire Danes.
Nah.
So number 2?
My number 2. We got a lot of feedback
Right.
regarding The Sopranos.
We did.
But my number 2 is not any of those.
Right.
My number 2 is from The Sopranos. But it is Meadow.
The daughter.
Yeah.
I loved her.
Fuck her. No, you didn't. You loved her because in season 6 she was fit as fuck.
Yep.
But if you go back, which
That's-
I have
that's
done,
all I remember.
It's the box set has been added to Sky box set, so I've started watching it from the start.
Right.
And if you go right back to the start, she's an annoying little fuck.
So you've got a problem with ugly girls, is what you're saying?
No, that was her friend. She was an uggle. What was her friend called?
He was an uggle.
I forget what her friend was called. But Meadow,
Not Meadow.
later on, fine. Later on, because she grew up and she was doing the legal work and all that.
Yep.
And she was less of a cunt.
Yep. And she was
We're talking about The Sopranos, so we can say that word. But I would say the first maybe 3 seasons.
Yeah.
What a fucking arsehole.
No, I'll give you that.
Especially
actually,
to Carmela, who we got people saying Carmela. Fuck that.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. We'll get into that after you've done your number 2 there. But yeah, fuck Meadow.
Yeah, I'll give you that for the early seasons.
Poor choice of words there, but yeah.
Yeah, you want to be getting the rape trailers on the start of this podcast.
Don't be wanting that. Like.
My number two is another Holbeed one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling like I might have cheated a little bit on
Right.
this. South Park.
South Park.
Yep.
Carmen's mum.
No.
Oh.
One of my favourite animations, cartoon TV shows of all time. There are 4 main characters. I love Cartman. I love Kenny.
Right.
I hate the Jew kid, and I hate Stan. Stan Marsh and Kyle Broflovsky. I cannot stand those 2 as characters. I know they're the moral compass of the show. They're the what did we learn this week? That shit boils me. And on a show like South Park, I never needed that. I just don't like them. They do kind of have their moments in some episodes, but they are just annoying. Mostly Kyle. I can get away with most of Stan's stuff, but Kyle really annoys me because he's got that little high-pitched whiny tone. Mm-hmm. He's like, "Well, we learned this week," and yeah, it just Stan and Kyle from South Park. I'm just not big fans of those 2 characters.
I did not see that coming at all.
I love South Park, absolutely love South Park. Those 2 annoy me. Not enough to make me turn it off, but they annoy me.
You know, one of the lists from when I googled this before. One of the lists had fucking Butters. Who hates Butters?
Nobody hates Butters. He's the best character ever.
Sick bastard puts Butters on that.
If anything,
bless him.
If anything, it would be Jimmy. You know, the creepy kid who's like,
oh, he's great.
He is great, but
not Butters.
It can get annoying.
Not Butters. Bless
him. You don't have Butters. That's not a legitimate pet peeve.
Poor little bugger.
But no, I like Stan and Kyle from South Park. They annoy the living piss out of me. I can put up with them because the show is that good, but they annoy me. It's a shame because they're kind of the driving force of the show. So,
well, no, it's Eric.
It is Eric, but they are like your moral compass. They are the ones who are supposed to set you on the right path by the end of the episode. And they just
the last episode, which was leading up to the election. Eric had he'd gotten himself a girlfriend, and so Eric was kind of toning all that shit down.
Sweet.
And Eric was good the whole way through the series, but there was also they were like touching on hacking and stuff, but nobody was buying that Eric was actually happy and good. So everybody thought that it was Eric who was doing the hacking.
All right, aye.
It was a really good series. It was a series that they've not done. I'm not entirely sure if they've ever done that because it was a series where the arc lasted the entire series.
That's
So it was
interesting.
because they had Mr. Garrison as the Donald Trump character.
Sweet. That would work.
And so towards the end of it, he was like, what can I possibly say to get out of being elected here? What fucked up shit do I have to say to not be elected? And so it was like fucking parodying what the kind of fucked up shit that Trump was saying.
Aye.
It was a damn good series. I think, was it Lance spoke about it when we had Lance and Mike on the show? He spoke about it briefly. But that was a good series.
Stan and Kyle, number 2.
Fair enough. So we put it out to the Facebooks earlier on. We had a fair bit of feedback on it. Bruni got in touch and said Skylar from Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I've got no basis for that.
You watched a little bit of it, didn't you?
Like, season 1 and 2 wasn't for me.
You could still get an idea that she was a bit of a
Yeah,
prick.
she was a dick.
I didn't put her on my list. I kind of think because of the fact, it's the same as Carmela Soprano for me, because of the fact that the main character is your anti-hero who's doing so much fucked up shit.
Yeah, she's like the put upon wife. So
Yeah.
she kind of has to be annoying.
So, but I don't think Skylar was that bad, really.
No?
Not for me, but there you go, that's Bruni. So, Martin Dick said, first of all, Carmelo Soprano. No, you can't have it. You're not allowed it.
Best last name ever.
I know. So I'm going to enunciate the Dick. So Martin Dick said Carmelo Soprano. And then Bruni got in touch again and said Laurie from The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I'd give him that one.
Yeah,
she was an annoying prick. Then Martin Dick got in touch again and said Dexter's sister, which is unacceptable.
Can't have that one.
Unacceptable, my friend. You are not allowed Debs. Debs is a good character.
Love Debs.
So, shush. Bruni got in touch again and said Andre from The League.
Nah, he's not having that.
I don't know who that is.
He's wrong on that one. You never watched The League?
No.
The League's great. The League's fantastic.
Martin Dick got in touch again in response to Bruni and redeemed himself for you, I guess, by saying, what? Take yourself for a walk. Mm-hmm. So, there you go.
Good lad. Good lad.
Jeff from Hobby, who we'll be speaking to in about an hour's time, said, any character portrayed by Chris Kattan or Jack McBrayer. I have no idea who either of those people are.
I think Jack McBrayer, I'm sure he was in 30 Rock. You know, the one who... No.
Now, yeah, so he sent me a Google link to it. That guy. No,
yeah, Chris Kattan plays Corky Romano. And he does the, what is love? Baby, don't hurt me.
I thought it was the guy who did, the YouTube videos.
No.
Like the talk show host. Who did the Trump impressions, but apparently it's not.
No,
so,
it's not him.
Aye. But I don't know who it is. And I don't know who the Jack McBrayer fella is either.
I'm sure it's the, 30 Rock, the guy who does the tour guides.
Oh, he played like the Canadian guy.
I'm sure it's him. It might not be, though.
Hold on, I'll Google him.
It might not be. I might look like an absolute tool bag.
And then Carly Milne got in touch and said Tony Soprano's mum, which is also not allowed.
Yeah, no, I can't. Stab me in the back. Stab me right now.
I wish the Lord would take me.
I love her. I think she's great. What did she say? What did she say?
Yes, that is him. That is Jack McBrayer. But I actually didn't mind him in 30 Rock because Tracy Morgan was on the screen.
I don't mind him. I like him.
So,
I think he's quite good.
No, you can't have that one either.
No, you can have it. Everybody's allowed their choices except for Martin Dick. But, yeah.
So that was the listener feedback. Thank you for getting in touch there. Did you have any honourable mentions?
Me, I had a few honourable mentions. I've got one that you won't like. I was going to have it as my number one just to piss you off, but I changed my mind because I have a better one for my number one. Mm-hmm. I had a honourable mention. I would say Richard Hammond, Jeremy Clarkson, and that posh bloke of Top Gear / Grand Tour, because they are fucking shit and annoying and pretentious and arseholes. Don't get me wrong, outside of Top Gear and outside of I've not watched the Grand Tour, so I can't really say that. I love Clarkson. I think Clarkson's fantastic when he gets to say what he wants to say and gets to do what he wants to do. but I don't think he's given as much carte blanche as people seem to
Well,
think he is.
I would say watch Grand Tour.
Nah, I'm not going to do
You're
it.
not going to do that. But
Because the other two's on it.
Right, but if your issue is that they don't get to say what they want to say, then I would say watch the Grand Tour, because they get away with a fucking lot.
I love Clarkson. Like, I've read one of his books, his biography things. I've read one of them. I think he's great. I love his column. Like, I don't regularly read his column in the paper, but when I see the little snippets that people pick up and go, "Oh, he's gone too far," I fucking love what he says. I think he's great. And Top Gear's a little wank. Grand Tour is probably 3 times worse.
Well, you've not watched it,
because it's on Amazon.
We don't do that, do we? We don't comment on things without
This
watching
is
it,
my
do we?
top 5 list, so I'm allowed to. Honourable
stick.
mentions. Right, that's all I had.
I only had one honourable mention, and it is Barry Allen from Flash.
Okay, I'll give you that. He is a whiny bastard.
He's a whiny fuck. He's never fast enough. And he's always crying. Fuck off.
Yeah, I'll give
Fuck
you that
off,
one.
Barry.
I'll give you that one.
So my number one.
Yep.
We spoke about 24 earlier on.
Kim Bauer.
This is a 24 character. It is Kim Bauer.
Yeah. That's an honourable mention. That for me, that is an honourable mention.
Straight away, that was my number one.
Yeah.
Kim Bauer, fucking kidnappy, fucking getting attacked by a cougar bitch.
The Princess Peach of 24.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Totally,
Yeah.
100%. I'll give you that one.
And it's very much the epitome of what we're talking about. That every time she's on screen, you go, "Fuck off, Kim."
Yeah.
So that's my number one.
Nah, that
And
was.
no one said that on the feedbacks.
I know, not one person. Literally, that was my number one for a while. And then I decided to change things up because I wanted to be like TV shows that I love, but I found like a bad character in it. Obviously, apart from Friends. But
or Top Gear.
Or Top Gear, but that was an honorable mention. But yeah, it was kind of like. It seemed like an obvious one as well. It's like shooting a fucking. Horse with no legs. It's just horrible. Kim Bauer.
Fuck off, Kim.
There's nothing that can be said about her.
No.
She's just a...
Even in season 3, when they brought her into CTU and all that, she still managed to get kidnapped.
Yeah, from her desk.
And she still managed to be an annoying prick. She's half of the season in season 3, when you had the fucking virus that's going to kill millions of people in Los Angeles, and she's speaking to fucking Chase about telling Jack that they're fucking shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm. I'll give you that. Even was it season 5 or 6 when she wasn't even in it anymore?
Oh yeah, she came back.
She came back for an
shagging her
episode.
therapist.
And you literally for 2 minutes when she came on the screen, I thought, oh shit, she's gonna get kidnapped again. We haven't seen her for 2 series. She's gonna get kidnapped. But yeah, Kim Bauer, I'll give you that.
Yep, twat.
Give you that. Yeah.
It's your number one, my fine friend.
My number one is a TV show. It's actually in the pantheon of TV shows. I would put this in my top 5, possibly in my top 2. Lost, basically. I love Lost, I do. But season 4, I think it was, they brought in these 2 background characters. The thing about Lost was you kept seeing all the extras who were also survivors, but they didn't really have stories, so you didn't really delve into that. Then all of a sudden, I'm sure it was season 4, but all of a sudden you got introduced to these 2 characters that I can't even remember their names because they annoyed me.
It's not Elizabeth Mitchell, is it?
No.
Because we don't talk bad about Elizabeth Mitchell on this show.
One of them was Rodrigo Santoro, who played Xerxes in the 300 movie.
Right.
But he's done loads of other shit as well. But these 2 characters came into it, and they seemed to have lines, and they seemed to have a little bit of character development, and they were in like the first 3 or 4 episodes, and you're sitting there going, right, this is weird, because they seem to be interacting with the main cast, and you're sort of like, so something's coming, like these characters are going to become someone, and then they actually had their own episode with their own flashback for this couple that you didn't know. You'd only seen them as background characters. They'd interacted with some of the cast, but it was like you don't know them. And then they had this whole episode to themselves where the flashback was like they'd done a jewelry heist or something like that, and then they got on the plane, and then the plane crashed, and then they were trying to find the suitcase. So you had to imagine that for the last 3 series that have passed, these guys have actually already been here, but they hadn't.
I remember that.
and then they kill each other.
I remember that, yeah.
But at the end of the episode, when they're burying them, they're not actually dead because they kind of open their eyes just as the last bit of mud's falling on them. They are just the worst shoehorned characters in a TV show I have ever had to witness, and I love Lost.
I know you do.
I make a point of watching Lost like probably once a year.
I've only ever seen that through once.
That
But
episode,
yeah.
like I say, they kept dropping them in, and they were like interacting with Jack, and the guy was like, "I'll come and do something with you, Jack. Let's go on an away mission. Let's go and do something." And then she started speaking to Kate, and it's like, "Stop fucking giving me these characters I don't know. I don't want to know." And then they killed him.
You know what's really bad though? That is exactly the kind of shit that The Walking Dead would do.
Yeah, The Walking Dead, 100%. We need to kill someone, so we're going to just introduce you to these characters. But
think about, you had Chloe from Nurse Jackie,
yep,
who was brought in only to be fucking shot through the eye with an arrow. Bless her.
But literally, Lost for me never like, I know it gets its shit and all that, but Lost never missed a beat for me. And the one thing that I could never get away with, which is why this instantly replaced Kim Bauer when I thought about it, they just fucking... There was no need for it.
Was it just they had an episode to fill?
I think pretty much.
Yeah.
They brought these two characters in, and like I say, you saw them in the background for 4 or 5 episodes, and they were gradually getting more and more interactive with the lead cast. So you're like, all right, something's coming. And then that happened, and it was like, okay, so you literally just introduced us to these two people. We were supposed to believe they'd been there the whole time, and you just killed them for no fucking reason.
I get exactly what you mean. But I rewatched episodes recently, and very early on, there's a point that Matt LeBlanc, who plays Matt LeBlanc, but like a sort of extra-y version of himself, he raises a point of, so how many episodes do you get in the UK for a series? And it's normally it's kind of between 6 and 10 now.
Yeah.
And so he goes, well, right, okay, if you're syndicated in America, you get 24 episodes. And so you're going from writing 6 great episodes, to stretching that shit out to 24 episodes. Mm-hmm. So how are you gonna, like, after you've got halfway through, and you're going to be thinking, fuck, we've got 12 episodes left to film. So you can understand how episodes like that get in there.
I can, but Lost never ever had to do that shit. They found a way of stretching that shit out, and sometimes it did get a little bit tedious. Like there were episodes in previous series that made me go, didn't need that. You've just given me 10 more questions I didn't need. Let's just not do this again. But that episode and the prior episodes with those characters, I just spent the time thinking, who the fuck are these? Like, who are these? When are these guys? Because I recognised the guy straight away. Like, I knew he was from 300. He's done loads of other stuff. So I knew that he was sort of a high-profile actor. I'm like, you've done a lot. You've done a lot of work. You kind of look the part for this show. Because he's not a bad-looking guy, Like, looks a bit like he might have something going on. And then they just kill him. It was just like, what the fuck? You don't bring in guest stars just to kill them. Not on Lost. You don't do that on Lost.
That's a Game of Thrones thing to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or a Walking Dead, as you say. But yeah, so that for me, as soon as I wrote Kim Bauer off my list, that was instantly replaced. It just those two. I can't even think of their names. They had like weird Italian names.
You don't want that.
I just hated them.
Fair enough. I can tell. You've had quite a lot of rage on your top 5 tonight.
I'm full of piss and vinegar tonight.
I know you are. Well, in under an hour's time,
oh my god,
we're going to be speaking to Hobie. So
yeah,
just keep that rage.
I will keep that rage. I will.
But that's been our top 5, and that has been episode 66. I was going to try and do another
66.
Episode 66. Right. That was alright. No, fuck you. Episode 66. Done and dusted.
Yep.
This has been 3656. And thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Tidy.
And new.
think I'm cute. I know I'm sexy. I've got the look that drives a girl wild. I've got the move.
So, Chris,
It's okay.
I know that's the end of the episode, but I saw an article today, and it really got me chuckling, and I wanted to play a little bit of a game in the outro for you.
Okay.
See, we do Marvel things, if you stay around for past the credits.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Not Logan, though.
Nope. So this article was all about movie titles that when they get taken over to other countries get slightly changed to appeal to the audience in that country.
Okay.
There's 51. We're not gonna do 51. I'm gonna pick and choose some of my favourites. But literally, I am going to give you the title of the movie as translated.
Oh.
And you need to tell me what you think that movie is.
Okay then, do your thing.
So, I'm going to start with what I think is an easy one. In China, huge, it's going to be huge. In China, this movie was called His Great Device Makes Him Famous. What do you think that movie is?
Boogie Nights?
Way!
Seriously?
Fucking well done.
Wow.
I like that. Well done. So, in Argentina, so that's 1-1. Well, 1-1. In Argentina, this movie was called Vaseline.
Fastlane. Fuck.
I was giggling away with all these.
Have you got a clue?
Vaseline.
Vaseline.
A clue. John Travolta's in it.
Grease.
Obviously. So that's 2 for 2. Now, this is interesting. China again. China love the translations here. In China, this movie was called A Very Powerful Whale Runs to Heaven. And I don't really have a clue for this one because, Jesus, what more needs to be said?
A very powerful whale runs to heaven.
Yep.
I have no idea.
That one was Free Willy.
Okay.
I have no idea how they get that one.
Okay.
Oh no, this one. I wasn't going to do this one, but I have to. Germany. Those Germans. A twin seldom comes alone. Could you call a movie that? That's bad. A twin seldom comes alone.
Twins.
No, that was Disney's The Parent Trap.
Fucking hell.
Now you should get this one. Spain, Night of the Night. Now let me spell this one. Night as in night, of the night as in K night.
Kingdom of Heaven?
No,
Knights?
The
No.
Dark Knight. K night.
Uh,
Yeah. Now let's just go for this one. I know you'll get this one. Denmark. Die Hard : Mega Hard.
Good Day to Die Hard.
Die Hard with a Vengeance. Come on. Mega Hard, Vengeance, I don't
That's
know.
bollocks.
I don't know how that one works. Alright, so this will be the last one we do.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually, I've got two, because that last one's brilliant. In China again, this hitman is not as cold as he thought.
Fucking hell.
China.
Have you got a clue?
It's about a hitman who has a warm heart and protects children. A child, Natalie Portman.
Leon.
That's
the fucking name of the film.
In China. It's not a translation thing, it's so that they can sell it to the people in their area.
Right.
Now, obviously the Chinese don't get, spoilers. He's a ghost. Ghost. The Sixth Sense. That's a brilliant one, actually. I like that.
But they don't like that kind of thing in China, do they? Like Ghostbusters, none of the Ghostbusters films have been released in China because they don't like spiritual stuff.
Well, that's why they get away with it, because they said it's a ghost. He's a ghost. So it's like,
Wow.
I'm going to end with this one because why not? It's a movie you love, I love, and China again. These Chinese, God bless them.
China.
Mr. Cat Poop.
Mr. Cat Poop.
I don't get that because I'm sure it's a dog that does it. Mr. Cat Poop.
Clue.
Simon the Fag, Meet Carol the Waitress. Exactly. Is it not a dog?
It's a dog.
Yeah.
There's no cats in As Good As It Gets.
As Good As It Gets in China is called Mr. Cat Poop. I don't get that one.
I don't get... No.
Bloody Chinese. Oh, wait a minute. That's a good one. Run! China again. Sorry. I'm just picking all the Chinese ones. Run! Run! Cloudzilla.
Cloudzilla.
Yep. Run! Run! Cloudzilla.
I don't know.
That, my friend, is the Bill Paxton classic Twister.
That actually kind of makes sense.
So join us again next time for more of these fantastic fucking movie titles. We won't do this again.
No,
but that's been fun.
Dear me.
Episode 67 coming soon. It's an indie talk. See you later.